Hey there, folks. Adam here going live. We've got severe thunderstorm warning in the Cartwright area just across the border, the international border here, and storms are starting to pop off. We expect this to be a kind of a late night situation into the overnight hours and into the morning as well. And then tomorrow looks actually pretty potent as well too. But let's take a look at today's forecast. Brent is still preparing the forecast for tomorrow at the moment, but this is the current forecast for today, as you can see here. Brennan, can you make me full screen pretty please? Just so I can make it easier for folks to see this map. Side note, if you're watching the live stream on your phone like this, turn your phone to the side, and that will give you a much better look at these city names and town names and all that kind of stuff. So, let's see here. Some folks in the comments are saying no sound. Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? Hopefully you can. Maybe they were saying that when it was just starting, but hopefully you can hear me now. And sounds okay, says Chris Graham on Twitch. Thank you, Chris Graham. Appreciate it. He says, hi, IW team. What's going on? Let's see here. Let's see. Yep, I can hear you, says Christy. Awesome. Everybody says they can hear me. Okay, great. Sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. So that's the risk for today. A strong risk. Starting pretty late. We thought it might have started a bit earlier, but it's starting a little bit later. That might change things a bit, maybe down to a slight risk. But possibly still could see some large hail. There may be. Chris says we need the whispering or the reverb back. Maybe some pretty strong wind gusts in here as well too. And then there's also a severe risk for tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting. The risk for tomorrow moves to the east more so. So I'm sure a lot of folks in our community, a lot of them are obviously in the Winnipeg area, and they're going to be wondering, is Winnipeg going to be affected by this particular risk tonight? You might see some storms tonight, and they might be marginally severe, but the risk is definitely more for tomorrow. Michael Lazarus says no sound. Hold on, let me see here. Fix your mic, no sound. He's on TikTok though. Maybe something's going on with our TikTok stream. Let me just double check here. Let me see. Should be coming through. I'm not sure why it's not. That seems odd. Let me just fix it for our Tickety Talk friends here. Let me see what I can do here. Give me a second. That might be it right there. There we go. My apologies, TikTok. Now you can hear me. Thank you for letting us know that there was no sound. My apologies. Everybody else is good. Facebook is good. YouTube is good. But our TikTok sound was in the toilet. So that was, I had to fix the Tickety Talks. So my apologies for that, but thank you for letting me know, Michael. I appreciate it. Cool. So, yes, this is your forecast map for today. Again, the strong severe risk might be mitigated a bit because it's starting so late. Right now it's 12 after 9, starting pretty late at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here. But already a severe thunderstorm warning in the Cartwright area. It looks like a severe thunderstorm watch has been extended all the way to Dauphin, Russell, Roblin, Winnipegosis? Is that how you pronounce it? Winnipegosis, I think. Minnedosa, Rocky Mountain National Park, St. Rose, McCreary, Alonza, and Gladstone. Brendan, were you going to say something?
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning actually just ended.
Oh, it just ended. Okay. It looks like that storm did weaken a little bit, which is kind of what these storms have been doing as they cross the border. So let's go take a look at our radar here, Instant Weather Pro. Side note, if you have not subscribed, we actually just launched the beta test for Instant Weather Pro. You've seen us live stream with it for like the last 2 years, and people have been pretty grumpy with us because they have not been able to use it. But it is finally out. The beta test is out, so you can go check it out at instantweatherpro.com. It's like $99 for the year, so it's $825 a month. And it's our most premium top-tier radar product. The same one we use in the live stream all the time. We just added lightning data to it. As you can see, it does live updates. You can tilt the camera. There's some really cool features coming. We're going to be adding Canadian alerts with our alerting system that we've built over the last 10 years, which is super fast. So like within milliseconds, of an alert being issued, you'll see the polygon show up on the map and all those kind of fun stuff. So, yeah, there's some really, really cool features coming to Instant Weather Pro. So if you're excited about actually seeing not just your regular radar, but being able to actually see the wind velocities, being able to see if there's a debris signature, be able to look at all the stuff that we look at on the live stream, follow along. Again, lightning data right here. The cool thing about the lightning data on here is that, as you can see, we can see lightning data all over the place. Not just with all these other Pro Radar apps, you can just see the lightning where the radar is. So you can't see anywhere else. But with ours, you can see the lightning. If I turn off the radar icons, you can see the lightning all the way across North America. So you can say, oh, there's a big storm over here in Saskatchewan or Alberta or wherever it happens to be. And then you can go zoom in on that. So that's pretty useful stuff. But yeah, so let's zoom back in here, turn the radar icons back on so we know which radar we're on here. And let's just take a peek at CASFW and see what's going on with these storms. The velocity signatures are interesting. This one does have an interesting velocity signature, but I believe Environment Canada did end that severe thunderstorm warning, at least with Brent.
There is a new severe thunderstorm warning further to the north that includes MANITOBA.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's this
Yeah,
storm up here, I would think. The one north of Brandon, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That would make sense. So they've ended the one to the east, but they've put a new one up to the west. Okay. And then there's an interesting signature. Hold on a second here. Let's see. That is the okay. I think we should be getting a new update pretty shortly. There's a couple little interesting areas we want to keep an eye on. Kurt says, I'm subscribed already. Is it viewable on the app? So that's a really good question. So Instant Weather Pro is actually a website, but we will be adding it to the app. So again, this is at a different subscription level. This is at, again, $99 for the year. So if you're a subscriber to the Pro option on our existing app, which is like $14.99 a year, we will be doing 3 tiers. So we'll be doing like a good, better, best. So for those who subscribe already to the Pro tier on the app, you'll get the good version. And then what we're looking at right here is like our best version with all the bells and whistles, all the best features, basically. So if you go to instantweatherpro.com, you can read all of the different feature set, and then the different tiers will just be watered down from there, basically. So, but if you want to beta test it with us, be the first to try it out, give us your feedback, influence the path that we're taking for development and all that fun stuff. Again, head over to instantweatherpro.com, and Teresa will send you out email instructions. And then again, the cool thing about this being a website is if you have multiple monitors, or you might want to get multiple monitors, because you can actually, this is just a Chrome tab. So you can just load a Chrome tab on that monitor, a Chrome tab on this monitor. You can load as many of these as your computer can handle. And as opposed to every other Pro Radar app is like, it's an executable file. You can only have one window open. You want to switch radars, you have to manually go switch the radar. With this, you can have one radar here, one radar there. You could have 4 on one screen if you want. Anyways, yeah. So it's pretty useful in that regard. But yeah, so we do have severe thunderstorm warning on the cell, I believe. Brandon said it was north of Brandon there. Let me just double check exactly where. I can actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up one of our Facebook pages, which is Manitoba Stormwatch. And let's go do that right now and pull up that latest warning so we can see the details on it here. Give me just 1 second. Aha, I see it right here. Perfect. Okay, so I will pull that up. I think this should work. Cross your fingers. Chances are it won't, but let's see. I thought so. Let's see here. Where is it? It is... There we go. Does that work? Oh, it's a little bit off. Let me extend that. There we go. Perfect. Cool. All right, so that is the current severe thunderstorm warning issued by Environment Canada at 9:13 p.m. And let me just pull it up a little bit here so you can see. So it's for areas, Minnedosa, yeah, exactly, Mountain Road, Spring Hill, Eden, Riding Mountain. So it's areas to the north, slightly northeast of Brandon. And yeah, so there's some interesting storms up there at the moment. Let me just take a scroll around. There's an interesting signature on this storm here by Ladysmith. Let me just go take a peek at that. This caught my eye quickly, especially because it's showing 95 kilometers an hour, 129 kilometers an hour. This might be noise. And actually, give me 1 second here. I'm just going to flip back to the warning so I can make sure exactly which cell is on this. I don't think it's this one. But I'm going to go back here. Let's just go back to ProRadar. I want to show actually a feature that we have that no other ProRadar app has, is the ability to swipe back and forth between two products. So this is reflectivity, which shows rain and hail. And then if I swipe back, you can actually see the velocity, which shows you the wind speeds. But this is a good tool because you're like, is this noise? And then so you swipe around and you're like, let's compare it to the actual storm itself. So it's right on the edge. This signature is right on the edge of the storm, which makes me think it's probably noise. So actually, let's go back a frame. Yeah, it kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, it goes from regular velocity signatures to bam, something that looks absolutely ridiculously strong. So I'm going to lean on the side of noise right now. Another way to tell if it's noise or not, a lot of people go, what is radar noise? So it's basically, what's a good term for it? It's like tainted radar data. So if I flip to another tilt here, that might not be the best term for it. Yeah, so if I flip to tilt 2, which is higher up in the storm, that signature basically goes away. So if it was something strong, like strong rotation, like if this was at the southern side of a storm, right on the hook, I would be a little bit more concerned. But then we would check into the higher tilts to see if it was actually something, and the higher tilts say, no, it's not really anything at all. So it's good to check higher up into the storm to really see what we're looking at here. Speaking of which, let's go take a look at 3D Weatherverse and see these storms in 3D. So this is another cool program that we've been working on. We've been busy. Just in case you can't tell, we've been pretty busy. Let's go see. This is the storm that was under a severe thunderstorm warning earlier, right along the border, which I believe they dropped. And this is actually real volumetric radar data in 3D, and we're even using the wind data, the velocity data, to power the motion of the clouds as well too. So this is called the 3D Weatherverse. But I think, let's go take a look at the storms that are actually currently under severe thunderstorm warning right now, which is, I believe, these ones here. What we can do is we can actually load up CASFW as opposed to the US radar here. So let's get rid of the US radar and let's load up CASFW. Let that load, and then there we go. That's a better representation of those storms. So these are the ones that are north of Brandon. So there's Brandon right there. Let's zoom in on it. Hello, Brandon. And these are the storms to the north that are currently under severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 3D Weatherverse. Bree says, is noise another word for contamination? Yeah, contamination is probably a better word for it, I would think. Just reading your comments here. Rhonda says, is there a severe thunderstorm for Toulon tonight? I can double check. Give me a second here. Shauna says, super cool. Thank you so much, Shauna. Appreciate it. Brian says, that's that wild video. Thank you so much. So it's actually we're building it as a storm chasing video game, but we also want to use it on the live streams because we think it's pretty cool to see the storms in 3D volumetric in real time. We can actually spawn a simulated tornado below the storms if we want as well too, which is interesting. Obviously we're not going to do that right now because there's nothing, but yeah, definitely working on that. Is it Aries says, are these radars available to public? So Instant Weather Pro, which I was just showing you, so I'll flip back to that. Instant Weather Pro is available now as a beta test. You can get it at instantweatherpro.com. And then the 3D Weatherverse will be going into beta test in the next few weeks. And if you're interested in that, definitely follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Just search for 3D Weatherverse. Oh, give us a subscribe on Facebook as well too. So let's see here. Logan says, how bad are things supposed to get around Minnedosa? Yeah, so Minnedosa, I believe, is in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. And let me just double check. Yeah, so the storm is south of Minnedosa. That's the problem. It's actually heading kind of right into Minnedosa. So you might see a little bit of hail, but the hail might miss you to the east. The hail might hit between Minnedosa and Franklin. So it's possible that your exact town might get missed from that hail. But yeah, severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada on that cell. And so these cells are starting to pop up. As you can see, the severe thunderstorm warning, Brendan's got it up on the screen here. Thank you very much, Brendan, for showing that. And let me just double check here. Scott says 3D Weatherverse is friggin' awesome. Keep it coming, please. Will do, Scott. Lori says 3D is very cool. Dan says that 3D looks awesome. Thank you so much, Lori and Dan. Appreciate that. Let's see here. I wanted to check on Toulon. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, as I always do. But let's go back to Instant Weather Pro, and let's search for Toulon. T-U-L-O-N, I think. Toulon. Yeah, I see it here. There we go. Where are you? Okay, you're not too far up the road. Not too far up the road. Are you going to see severe storms tonight? Maybe. Maybe overnight. It's going to be a fairly long night. Nix on TikTok, NIKS, says, do we have access to this? You can, if you'd like. So Instant Weather Pro, you can get access to it at instantweatherpro.com. Again, it's $99 for the year, so it's $825 per month. And it's our top tier. It's the same pro radar that we use to track storms across Canada. We actually built it for the Northern Tornadoes Project. If you've seen any of the tornado confirmations in the past few years, they've been confirmed by the NTP, which is the Northern Tornadoes Project out at Western University. So we're an official partner with the NTP, and they asked us to build them a pro radar suite, and we're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we built them a pro radar suite focused on Canada. And we will eventually be launching it to the U.S. because there's a lot of folks in the U.S. that have shown a lot of interest in it. So we definitely will be launching it stateside. But currently, it's only launched in Canada, and just for the beta test here. And we're super excited about it. So it's nice to be able to tilt the radar. Again, it's a website, so it runs on pretty much everything, except for like super old devices, maybe. But everything I've thrown at it, it runs on. And it's definitely been pretty exciting to build this and see it flourish and develop and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. There is a storm kind of over Brandon right now, just to the west of Brandon. And it's moving. Let me just see the direction. Everything should be moving to the northeast right now. Yeah, that storm's moving to the northeast. So the majority of the storm is actually going to miss Brandon, but it's going to head up here towards Forest as well. And here's that Minnedosa storm we're talking about. Let me just see here. So you can see
a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm just ended.
Oh, on the Minnedosa one?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. I see that right there. Yeah, so the Minnedosa storm, severe thunderstorm warning has ended. Thank you, Brennan, for that timely update. But yeah, so that severe thunderstorm warning has ended. So I think right now we're only at severe thunderstorm watches, I believe.
That's correct.
I think so, yeah. So Manitoba Weather Center, our friends over there say severe storms for Winnipeg and the Red River Valley tomorrow with a lot of question marks. Yeah, I think so. Brendan's actually working on the forecast right now for tomorrow, but it looks like most of south central and southeastern Manitoba are in the path of what looks like a big cluster. Could be a pretty wild big cluster of storms. We'll have to see. So Laura's asking about Winnipeg. Krista's asking about Winnipeg. So Winnipeg for tonight, again, if we go back and look at our forecast map, we weren't really anticipating Winnipeg for this evening being an issue, although the storms kind of popped up a little further east than we initially thought they would. So it is possible that Winnipeg could see some storms tonight. I think the only risk overnight is going to maybe be some hail, maybe some strong wind gusts, and isolated flooding is always a possibility, especially if... Toulon. What did I say? Toulon? Toulon. Anyways, yeah. So it's always a possibility with heavy-duty torrential downpours, especially in the concrete jungles for sure. But it's Mike, by the way. No, I know it's you, Mike, for sure. Absolutely. I knew it was you. Let's see here. He says, "Thank you for doing the streams. It's our pleasure, but it's all good. Definitely all good. We try our best. So if you're allowed to, definitely share it with your wonderful community over there. We'd appreciate it at MWC." And yeah, we're just trying to track these in real time the best we can. It's been Brennan. We have to do the math. So there was 10 confirmed in Alberta. There was 2 before that, and there's been 2, I think. So I think there's been 14 confirmed tornadoes in Canada this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be more than that. Yeah, go check because I think we were live for all of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we live stream in Ontario for the 2 landspouts. We live stream in Alberta for the 10 landspout tornadoes, and we live streamed the Regina tornado, and we live streamed the Stettler. We live streamed the Stettler landspout as well too. I'm pretty sure we've been live for every single confirmed tornado this season. Oh my goodness. We've been live so many. I think we've been live more this season than I think we've ever gone live, at least consistently live. It's been pretty wild. So Kurt says, Pro webpage is very cool. Looking forward to using this in our daily, I can't even pronounce this. Oh, agronomy. How do you, agronomy business? Like agro, right? Yeah, you're talking like farming, of course. But agronomy, I don't know if I've ever heard that term. I've heard agriculture. Agronomy? Really? I'm going to look that up. Thank you for giving me an extra term in my vocabulary here. I'm like, it took me a second, but I think it's agronomy. Tell me I'm pronouncing it right, please. Chris says, you guys have been killing it, nearly getting hours of a full-time streamer, LOL. Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's been pretty wild, for sure. Bree says, you know it's going to be wild when the National Weather Service is giving your area by the border a slight risk with a 2% tornado. Yeah, when they're already days out forecasting tornado risk, then you know things are going to get interesting. So Tuesdays for sure. Tuesdays for sure going to be interesting. I had to check to see what day it was for a sec. Is it? No, it's Monday. Okay, Tuesdays for sure going to be interesting. And Brendan, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I got 16 tornadoes has been confirmed by the Northern Tornadoes Project.
Oh, that's right. They confirmed a couple of other landspouts. Yes. I remember Dave said he's gonna confirm a couple of other landspouts.
There's
from
one
earlier.
That's preliminary and 2 that are under investigation. So there could be 19 in total.
Oh wow! Okay, well, might have been a few we missed there. It might have been those like random out of the blue, really early season ones that just like we had some like video of what looked like almost like a dust devil, but kind of like a landspout. I think some of those are actually going to get confirmed.
Ontario had 2 confirmed from that day were the landspout.
Yeah, we were live for those. We were live for the 10, and we were live for 2 others. So we've been live for 14 out of a potential 19 tornadoes. But we might have been live for some of those other events. I don't know for sure. Well, I want to go back and find out. So. We'll see. Let's see here. Mike just sent it to me on Facebook. I think you got me on Facebook, right? Send it to me on there on Messenger. It's all good. Let's see here. Ethan says, hopefully everybody takes this severe weather seriously. I do hope so. We always do. Of course, any severe weather needs to be taken seriously. But currently, at the moment, I don't believe we have any warnings in place. I'm going to go double check. Brendan's usually on the ball with that. I'm sure he'll correct me real quick. But
there isn't.
There's no severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment. Just a severe thunderstorm watch
in a minute.
Yeah, that's all good. Cool. But yeah, so that's interesting. We might see some more strong development. It's possible these storms could increase in strength. There is the current severe thunderstorm watch. Yeah, thank you, Brennan. As you can see, it covers most of deep southwestern and a little bit of deep central Manitoba, but it doesn't cover over to the east. So Portage is not in there. Winnipeg's not in there, but definitely Brandon and surrounding communities are in there as well too. So. But currently, right now, we've got storms, but they are not under severe thunderstorm warnings. There was 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Both of them have been dropped, and we're just sitting here waiting for... Kurt says, agronomy is the study of crops and soils. We are a farming business, LOL. Well, that's awesome. That's great. No, it's super cool. We do some work for agro. We do some forecasting and some seasonal stuff. So, but I don't know why I've never heard the term agronomy, but that's pretty cool. It's like, I almost read it as astrology when I first looked at it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, there's a G in there. This can't be right. I see. It's the study of crops and soil. I see. That's cool. Awesome, Kurt. That's great. Yeah, if you're interested in using this in some other pro, be my guest, and hopefully you like it. Please give us some feedback on it. Let us know. And we'd like, maybe down the road we can add some more agro stuff to it as well too. It would be pretty cool. Like soil moisture and all this kind of stuff. We could go deep into all the different potential products for that. It'd be cool to do a custom agro version of Instant Weather Pro. That would be awesome. For sure. So let's see here. Rick says Oak Lake Town. Let me take a look at Oak Lake Town. I don't know where Oak Lake Town is. Let me get rid of some of these locations. So many of them. That's from our Ontario live stream. There's our Alberta live stream. Let's go Oak Lake Town. Oak Lake Town. Oh, Oak Lake MB. Cool. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's see here. You're just to the west. Let's take a peek. I think you're west of all the action. Yeah, you're west of that Brandon cell, which may have kind of skimmed past you. Oh, no, it missed you entirely. Yeah, look at that. You're getting missed. You're definitely getting missed. But that cell is now moving to the north, and it's basically missing Brandon except for a little bit of rain. I'm sure you can hear the thunder from that, but it's heading up to... I was going to say Carnegie. Is that right? Carnegie? 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 Heading up towards Carnegie. Carnegie. Let's see here. Dennis says, Denise says, don't need hail or the heavy winds, but rain needed for the farmers and garden. Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody's happy with the rain. Yeah, definitely happy about the rain. Let's see here. Derek's asking about Morden. Let me double check. I like being able to just search it. Morden. Perfect. Where are you? You're way down here in the south. Yes, I thought so. Right now, a whole lot of nothing. You're getting a lot of rain tomorrow, probably, though. Definitely, Matt's asking CASWL. Let me double check here. And which one? Over Franklin. Franklin. Let me double check here. 1 second. Franklin, Manitoba. Over Franklin. I just searched Franklin. Nothing came up. Oh, east of Minnedosa. Okay, I'll just type in Minnedosa. Minnedosa. Let's fly over to Minnedosa here. Oh, I see. Yeah, why is Franklin on the map but not showing up when I search it? It's weird. Yeah, it's still a decent little cell. This was the cell that was under a severe thunderstorm warning earlier, but Environment Canada dropped it. Still, I mean, there's still a little bit of hail on there. You can see that in the purple. So a little bit of hail, most likely. Probably a pea size. But, yeah, it's a decent little cell. All these cells have potential. Again, they showed up a little bit late. I think if they showed up a little bit earlier, we would have got more into that strong severe risk. But it looks like...
I'm just going over model data right now, and it looks like it could get pretty strong in the morning, weirdly enough. Over on the western part of Manitoba, like over by Verdun and all that,
yeah,
there was like a very strong cell being simulated on the HER model at like
really
7 a.m.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Brendan's just doing the forecast for tomorrow, and he's seeing some early morning action in the west, closer to the Saskatchewan border. Some pretty strong storms in the morning time. And yeah, I've been watching the models, and they're kind of all over the place, but it looks like overnight storms are going to be pretty interesting. And then, yeah, Matt, so there is some interesting velocity going on here. Again, most storms rotate. So you're always going to see some rotation in storms. None of these are really super duper strong, but there's definitely something going on. Yeah, there's kind of, I know what you mean. There's like a little hook on this. Sorry, one of our team members, Matt, is talking to our team chat, and he was asking about the cell. And yeah, so there's a kind of bit of a tail on that storm. There's nothing really velocity-wise co-located with the tail. Again, this is why the swiping tool is super nice. Again, you can head over to instantweatherpro.com if you'd like to subscribe to it. And we're super excited to launch it finally. It's been so long. It's been 2 years. 2 years of using it on the live stream and having people scream at us on the live stream. Patricia says your mic sounds like a potato, Brennan. I don't know why. It should be good. Are you close to it? I think you're close to it, right? Proximity is
it's probably because critical. I'm just using my AirPods.
Oh, it's your AirPods. That's why, yeah.
I'm too lazy to use that actual mic out.
It'd be nice if you just left your mic out and it was just always ready, but, you know, whatever floats your boat. It's all good. Let's see here. So there are storms to the west. I'm just gonna go take a peek at what's going on in Saskatchewan at the moment. Nothing too crazy. It's nice to be able to see all the lightning across the region, so you can like never miss a storm. You can just go peek. You're like, what's that storm going on up north? And you can go take a quick peek at it. Radar doesn't even reach as far as the lightning reaches, so that's kind of useful at times to be able to see lightning this far north and know that there's a storm there, even if radar doesn't actually make it that far. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of useful when you're tracking storms in the middle of nowhere. Let's see here. Yeah, that Minnedosa storm is interesting. Now, see, now it's getting a little bit more interesting. It's still really, really weak, but so it's got that kind of tail on it, right? Got that kind of a tail. If we swipe over, there's a velocity signature, but the swiping tool is critical. Because if you just had these as a split screen, you would think that kind of a little bit of minor rotation there, you'd think it would be right here. And you'd be like, oh, it's definitely on that hook. But if you swipe over, you can see that it is actually between these two cells. This is where the velocity is. It's not here where it should be. It's kind of over here. So it's a little bit disconnected. And that's why the swiping tool is like super important. It's great. Great. Let's see here. Chris says, what do you think is worse? A weather enthusiast saying that something is spooky or that it's interesting? I don't know. When things look potentially severe, I usually say interesting. I don't often say spooky. Try to avoid the spooky term. Early on, in our early years, we've been doing this for like 10 years, and early on I was like, this storm's getting creepy and stuff. I remember Brennan being like, we should probably get rid of these terms. Yeah, I remember that. She's like, oh, and I was like, I was calling storms beefy. That's funny. Then people would be like, what does beefy mean? And I'm like, I don't know. So I think I called them sneaky, beefy. I was using a lot of adjectives that had absolutely no context at all. People were like,
and then there was
pretty confused by
snow.
It was like secret snow. Yeah, exactly. Just sneaking out of nowhere. I think I wrote a poem about it. Anyways, it was a different time. Rice says, Somerset, I just got a warning. Oh, that's right. That's right. There is a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go take a peek at it. Let me jump over to the old Facebook feed. We're at Manitoba Storm Watch on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We are on Twitter as Instant Weather Manitoba. We are on Twitch, Instant Weather. We are on TikTok, Instant Weather. We are on a lot of stuff. Duffman Stevens says, Adam, is radar fixed? Oh, yeah, it was fixed that same night. Yeah, we were live streaming. We had too many users, and so the radar exploded. But we've actually addressed that, and it should be pretty rock solid now. So I think we're good to go there, Duffman. I think we're all right. Let's see here. If I jump over to Facebook, there we go. So this is the new severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada, which includes Swan Lake. It includes Altamont, Saint Leon, Balder, and if only this was actually larger. Maybe if I click on this, it'll get bigger. If I do that, and let me click on this option. Hey, that's even better. Mariupolis. I can't pronounce anything. I try. Oh, do I try. But Swan Lake in those areas. So let's go take a peek at that. That is actually just north of the border there. So let's jump back to radar and go try to find that cell. Let's see which one they've put under a severe thunderstorm warning now. I believe it is this one. I believe Swan Lake. That's the one. So this storm right now is under severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. The strongest area of it looks... Mariupolis is getting probably some hail right now. Indian Springs as well, too. And this is heading to the northeast. So it should be going towards... Actually, that's another cool thing about Instant Weather Pro is being able to tilt the screen so you can actually see the path of the storm, exactly the direction it's going and what towns are in the path. So eventually we'll be heading towards Rathwell, Treherne, I think. Treherne? I forget how to pronounce that. I'm going to jump back to the comments so people can correct me. Let me see here. Thank you, Rye2842 on YouTube for that. Appreciate it. Balder is pronounced like the Norse god Balder. That doesn't help me at all. Can you phonetically spell it? That'd be great. I say it like apple. Marapolis? Marapolis? Marapolis. Oh, Marapolis. I see. Treehern. That's what it is. Not Trehern. It's Treehern. We need an extra E in there. Rick says, what is it looking like for Winnipeg? Right now, it's fine. It seems fine. The storms are kind of heading that way. But, so you can see Winnipeg over here. And the storms are, let's see which way they're going. I'll just hit animate. We can watch. Yeah, it's possible Winnipeg will get missed, but overnight, maybe some storms, and also tomorrow looks pretty strong. So we'll see. Amber says, Balder. That's much makes more sense, yeah, for sure. Amber says, just got here, what did I miss? Not much. A few severe thunderstorm warnings issued and then ended. And now, looks like a severe thunderstorm warning has been ended for Argyle and Balder. Maybe that's just part of the severe thunderstorm warning. Maybe they ended the west side of it. That's what it is. Yeah, I can see that. Because I can look on Brendan's map beside me over here, and you can see the Balder area. So actually that severe thunderstorm warning on Brendan's map there has ended, and just the Swan Lake one remains. Amazing Person 349 says, very fast moving storms. Yeah, they're cooking. They're moving pretty fast for sure.
There's actually a new one to the northeast that includes Treehern.
Yep.
And Rathwell.
Okay, cool. All right. You want to pull that map down and pull off Balder there? Pretty please. I know you're in the middle of doing a forecast as well too, so it's all good. Maybe if you want to focus on if you want to tackle the that was fast. If you want to yeah. Anyways, you're gonna do that. It's fine. I was gonna say tackle the forecast because I'd like to get that up so we can talk about the East before we eventually drop the stream here. Let's see here. Winnipeg says Heidi. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be interesting for Winnipeg. So possibly some storms tonight, but tomorrow is going to be interesting. Tomorrow could be severe, so we're going to have to watch that closely. This cell looks interesting. Hold on a tick. Is that 1041? 1 second here. Let me just reorganize here. And this cell, northwest of Brandon. Now, this is, again, a good reason for the swiping tool. So, if this rotation, because I see some rotation on here, if this rotation was actually located right here, I would be more concerned. However, definitely seeing some rotation on that cell, and it's got a little bit of a hook on it. But it's in a strange place versus the hook of that storm. Kind of on the leading edge. But the rotation does exist on higher tilts. Not too high, but tilt 2 has some rotation, and tilt 1 has some. Might be its position to the radar. It's hard to tell for sure. Definitely showing up. Some strong values are showing up from the radar that's further away. Or from CASFW. Interesting. Okay, so that's something. Let's turn that off. Let me see here. Give me just a moment. I'm going to take a peek at that cell from a few different angles here. That cell does look pretty interesting. I want to keep a close eye on it. We'll give it, you know what? I'm gonna proactively. Oh, Tammy says rotation right above us here in Rivers, watching it and thinking I should run to the basement. Oh, is that same storm? Where's Rivers? Oh, I see. You can see the rotation from Rivers right now. Okay, so we've confirmed rotation from Amazing Tammy, who's right there. She's confirming the rotation on that storm. She's right here. You can see Rivers right here. Okay, I'm proactively going to create a polygon for that storm, and then we'll wait for the next radar update, and then we can track that. So I'm going to do this right now. So go to custom updates, load up the radar. I'm going to go to that storm. She's saying rotation. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So she's saying rotation, so I'm going to post right now. I think it's moving to the northeast. Let me just animate it here. Yeah, it's moving right towards forest, by the way. So actually, it's not coming towards rivers. The rotation is moving towards forest, Tammy. Rotation is going this way. I would say something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and say minor rotation on this storm. We have a pretty strong environment in place. Minor rotation on this storm near storm just north of Brandon, tracking to the northeast towards forest. And the time is 9:49. And it's definitely not... Why is this Monday the 19th? Okay. Monday the 19th. The next update came up, and it's still got a little bit of rotation on there, so I'm going to go ahead and still go with minor. So 9:49, actually it's 9:50 now. And everybody who is in the path of the storm, 185 people on our app in the path of the storm right now. So you're going to get a notification very soon. I'm doing it in real time here. This is when you get those notifications about rotation. This is how they happen. 9:50, looks good to me. Clickety clickety. Here we go. All right. I've sent out that notification. Let me know if you received it. And again, it's for Carnegie, Forest, Justice, Moore Park, Cordova, those areas. Basically, it's moving to the northeast right now. Maybe a little bit more to the north. So it's kind of moving in that direction at the moment. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. Extra eyes on that. Appreciate it. Yeah, so some minor rotation on that particular storm. And again, we did have confirmation from Tammy that the storm is rotating. She can see it from where she is in Rivers. So I probably should have put that in the notification. Visual confirmation of the rotation. Didn't mean to rhyme so much there. It just came out that way. But let's go take a look at that in the 3D Weatherverse while we're at it, shall we? All right. So let's make sure we have the latest loaded. Excuse me. Oh, I think that was the latest. Let's see. That is that storm right north of Brandon. Let's go zoom in on it. There it is. So this is the storm we're seeing rotation on right now. Structure's pretty interesting on it, huh? Got this big hanging over top here. Interesting. So this is the volumetric radar data from this actual storm here in the 3D Weatherverse. Search us on YouTube, 3D Weatherverse. You can find us on Twitter and on Facebook, 3D Weatherverse. Go give us a search. Just north of Brandon here, we're looking at what could be a developing little supercell. We are seeing some rotation. We did have confirmation from Tammy that it is rotating. Lots of motion in the clouds there, and that's actually based on... and this is real lightning data as well, too. See if you can... Might be able to hear it. Oh, no, I've got it turned off so that Brendan doesn't echo, so I'll leave it. I can hear a lot of thunder in my ears right now. But that is the storm that we're watching. It has some minor rotation on it at the moment. It is tracking in the Carnegie area. Obviously from Rivers. This is what she was seeing from Rivers. You want to see her Tammy's perspective. She's looking at the storm from about here. And so she can see the storm rotating from her vantage point here in Rivers. So if you look up, that's what she's seeing. But thankfully, the storm is tracking to her east. It's tracking to her east. So again, Tammy, I don't think Rivers is the issue with this particular storm. But yeah, I think you should be all right. But it's tracking to the to your east towards Forest at the moment. Forest, Justice, Moore Park, and yeah, it's potentially an issue with this particular storm at the moment. So that's what it looks like from the backside. It looks a little bit more interesting from the south. Definitely look. Let's change the lighting here, shall we? Though we can change the lighting. Why not? Let's Let's go with a sunset here. A nice sunset. It changed the position of the sun in the sky. We can change the lighting on this volumetric storm, which is pretty cool. So, again, check us out. Give us a subscribe on YouTube if you can. 3D Weatherverse. And, of course, give us a subscribe on our @Instant Weather as well, too, if you can. We just hit 10,000 subscribers on Instant Weather on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. But that particular storm, this one is actually under a severe thunderstorm warning here to the northeast. But I think, unless they've dropped that might have been an old thunderstorm. Whoa, someone just posted the latest NAM. It looks pretty crazy. Oh, is that the crazy track you were talking about, Brendan? That's going through near the Saskatchewan border? Yeah, that looks bananas.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Her is even more crazy. I'll send it to you in the chat.
Yes, please. Okay. That's not great. So, some early morning severe weather. That's going to be pretty intense. What do you think, Brendan? You up for an all-nighter?
About the energy journeys.
Yeah, well, you can, if you want to pass out, I could probably stay up all night.
Oh, it's all good.
No. I don't know if you're going to pull that off. We need to conserve our energy for tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be bananas too. So, but that morning stuff could be some pretty big-time hail. So we'll see. Let's jump back over to Instant Weather Pro. I'm just going to jump into the comments and see what you think of the 3D Weatherverse. Let's see here. Let me know what you think. Kaylee says, rotation also in Chemnay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But thank you, Tammy, for that rotation report in Rivers. Appreciate that. Whoa. What time does that come through? Early in the morning?
Early in the morning. It's like around 7 or 8 in the morning.
You know what? You know what I'll do? I'll just, like I always do, is I'll just sleep with my iPad and keep waking up every 4 seconds.
Live stream from your bed.
Yeah, no, I'm going to leave my entire setup like this, and then I might go live early in the morning if it's crazy. Because sometimes that happens, those early morning risks. This storm down here is still looking pretty aggressive with the hail here. And this is the Swan Lake storm, which is, Brennan, I'm pretty sure it's still under a severe thunderstorm warning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so.
And severe thunderstorm watch was just extended eastward. That includes almost to Winnipeg. Not Winnipeg, but almost.
I see. They're extending it a little bit further to the east. Okay. Yeah, this storm right here is looking pretty grumpy. This Swan Lake storm. Pretty grumpy indeed. So I'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. Sydney just says, do you do this for the whole country? Pretty much. I mean, we've streamed in Nova Scotia. We have a page for every province and every state, but we have a lot of pages. But we've streamed as far as we streamed in Newfoundland. I think I'm pretty sure, or was that Nova Scotia? I think Alana did a Newfoundland stream once for like a hurricane or something. But
yeah,
or a tropical
she did
storm.
One for a hurricane. It might have been Nova Scotia,
but I think it was Nova Scotia. Yeah, so. We streamed in Nova Scotia. I think we streamed once in New Brunswick, but we've done, of course, Ontario a bunch of times, Manitoba a bunch of times, Saskatchewan a bunch of times, and Alberta a bunch of times. I don't think we've ever streamed in BC, but we probably should. They get some pretty crazy weather out there. But yeah, we basically do this for the whole country, Sydney. And then everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna stream in the U.S. too?" And we're like, "It's rough enough trying to cover all of Canada." We usually hand the baton over to the amazing live streamers down there, but. Yeah, that's.
I don't hate myself that much.
To have to also do the U.S., that'd be insane. I mean, they get like 1,200 tornadoes a year. That's like we just literally be. We have to start our own website called Only Tornadoes.
Oh, you went there.
Yeah, I did go there. Yeah, that storm right there, though, is still looking pretty nasty. The Swan Lake storm, probably producing some decent hail. It's got some strong velocity signatures as well, too. Terry says, just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for Stonewall. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Kevin says, anything for Portage? Maybe. The storms actually spawned a little bit further east than we thought they were going to, so it's possible Portage could see a storm. We'll have to see. Amazing Person 349, our favorite YouTuber, says, yeah, these mornings
just added to the severe thunderstorm watch.
Okay, I figured as much because you said like almost to Winnipeg, right? So I figured Portage would be added. Amazing Person 3409 says, yeah, these morning storms are not looking too good, and they will be moving fast. Yeah, they'll be cooking, and potentially not a great situation for those in that area. Ooh, what's going on here? Are you serious? Hold on a second. Is this really happening? Is there a CC drop on this storm? Canadian data never shows a proper CC drop, but it's in a weird spot. What is happening here? Okay, hold on a second. I need to get a cable because this iPad's gonna die, and I like seriously need this iPad because it just told me something that but I let my son borrow my my cable that I had. I will be right back. Brennan's voice will guide you through the next minutes. It's like the Jurassic Park, the voice of Richard Kiley or whatever it is. I'll be right back. Brennan will guide you through. Give me just.
Okay, just updating the severe thunderstorm watch so I can show you the latest. Give me a moment, please. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Forest. So that was the storm that Adam did an update on a few minutes ago. Is that the... No, I don't believe that's the one we're looking at now. But we do have... So that would be just to the northeast of Brandon. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. I will show you that one.
All right, I am back. Okay, so something's going on. Oh, sorry, Brent. Something's going on here on hold on, I gotta show you this. Can you throw the radar back up just for a second?
Yeah, one sec.
Whoa. Look at it on US radar. It looks where'd I go? I'm still gone. There I am. Look at this storm on US radar, the one north of Brandon.
Yeah, that one just got a severe thunderstorm warning issued.
So I was noticing that there might be a debris signature on it. Like, watch this. Okay, you can see this here, right? So watch correlation coefficient. Look at this. Why is there a drop here? Oh, and the drop is actually out. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? The drop is out of reflectivity. Hold on. Let me flip this over to velocity.
Weird. Is there anything out there that could be sucked up in a tornado, though? It looks
in the middle of nowhere. Well, trees. No, you know what? If the CC drop was right here, then that would be a problem. But look where it is. This is why the swiping tool is the greatest thing of all time. Because you're like, oh, is it co-located? No.
The stream is just going to be an endless loop of you bragging about the swiping tool.
Have you heard about this new swiping tool we've got? It's pretty cool. Yeah,
you're like that person who, like, the meme that a guy figures out that the touchscreen can move, like the weather guy. Have you seen that video?
Yeah,
and
I've
he's
seen
like
that. It's
shocked
so
that it
he's
can
like this. You can actually touch it. Yeah, I know. You never knew.
You can actually tilt our radar too.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can tilt our radar too. Yeah, like this. Yeah, he didn't realize you could do that. Yeah, but okay. If there was a crazy velocity couplet here, then I'd be worried about this drop. But I think this drop is garbage. So yeah, that drop is definitely not. But still. Again, look at this storm from the U.S. radar. So the upper levels of this storm are insane. Look at this, 111 kilometers an hour. The what is this? 138. So that's not its surface level. But the upper level winds on this storm are crazy strong. Crazy strong. So that's one under severe thunderstorm warning now as well, too? Okay, good. That's the one we posted minor rotation on. That's, like, kicking it up a notch. Look at that storm. This is actually pretty nice. And nice is subjective, so I'm going to say pretty nasty. That's a better term for everybody here. Nice in the terms of, like, wow, that's a nice storm. Like, holy moly. Yeah, that's a pretty strong looking storm. Let's see what it looks like from here. Whoa, it looks way better on the latest scan. Whoa. Super strong rotation on this now. Yeah. I'm up. I'm going stronger here. Okay, we're going back to the custom update here because this just got stronger for sure, folks. If you're in the path of this one, this is not this storm is nasty. This storm has got some strong rotation developing. It's a beast supercell. It's kind of what we thought was going to happen today, but we weren't sure. And it's got a hook on it. If you're in forest right now, I'd be getting to a safe place for sure. It's got a hook. It's got strong rotation. It is north of Brandon, heading from Forest into Justice and Moore Park. You're going to want to be getting to a safe place in the path of that storm, whether that's big hail or whether that's a tornado risk. Either way, you're not going to want to be messing around with this particular storm. But that storm is quite nasty at the moment, and rotation continues on it. It looks like it maybe is going a little bit more to the east. So I'm going to send another notification to those folks. Yeah, rotation detected. I'm going to say even stronger rotation, because most people here already got their previous notification. Even stronger rotation on the storm near Forest. And Brennan, your mic's still on, by the way. And Justice tracking to the northeast. I can only tell because of the sirens. We've detected even stronger rotation on the storm near Forest and Justice tracking to the northeast. Yeah, that one looks pretty nasty. 10-0. Let's go 10-05 date. Oh, I forgot to adjust the date. I got to do this again manually. Monday the 19th. Okay, Monday the 19th. Yeah, that is kicking up some steam for sure. And I'm just going to go 06 because it'll probably change by the time I do it. Let's see here. Yeah, that storm's kicking it up for sure. This is the strongest storm we've seen today, folks. North of Brandon. You're going to want to be getting to a safe place in the path of that. Let me pull up the polygon here and you can see 27 in the path of that storm. If you're in Forest, if you're in Justice, if you're in Moore Park, Brookdale, if you're in Mentmore, this is a developing supercell looking pretty darn strong north of Brandon right now. Let's jump over to Instant Weather Pro and take a look at it. Look at that rotation. This is the one we were talking about that had the CC drop on it. Let me flip over to Tilt 2. But the CC... Whoa! Tilt 2 is even stronger. That is what's called a couplet, folks. We have a rotation couplet on that storm. Let's go to Tilt 3. Tilt 3 showing rotation. And Tilt 4, this is upper level. And Tilt 4 showing rotation. This is upper level rotation all the way down to the surface. Yeah, this storm is by far the strongest we've seen today. Let me take a look here. 64% severe on it, 7% Tor risk on it. I'm going to bring that up on the 3D Weatherverse here so you can see what I'm talking about. We're actually going to be adding severe weather probabilities to Instant Weather Pro and to the 3D Weatherverse, but we've already got them on the 3D Weatherverse, so let's go take a peek at that storm. I wouldn't be surprised if Environment Canada upgrades on this one, because it looks pretty nasty. So this is the storm here, but let me make sure I've got the latest update. Let's see here. I'm just going to reload the radar. I would not be surprised if EC upgrades this one. Look at this storm now. Whoa. This storm is really kicking it up a notch here. And I said right over Forest. Is that the one? This might be a different storm. No, that's the one right there. Yeah, for sure. So let's see if we can see what towns is in the past. I think it was Forest. This says Forest Station. So Elton as well, too. Let me zoom in here and see if we can get a better idea. So Forest, Justice. Where's Elton? I don't see it on that map, but anyways, it's fine. Let's see here. Oh, Patricia just posted a report for me, so give me 1 second here. I'm going to jump back to Instant Weather Pro. Hold on a second here. I want to see what she's posting about. Reports from... Oh, okay. Oh, the forest storm. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I see that, Patricia. That's just the top of it, but yeah, still pretty interesting. All right, but yeah, that storm is nasty, folks. This is not a great situation. If you're in the path of that storm north of Brandon, it looks pretty grumpy. That's as grumpy as we've seen a storm today. I'm super glad we went live on that one. Yeah, it's looking pretty grumpy. It's got rotation on multiple levels. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Yep, and definitely hail risk on there. I'm going to go peek around at some more storms just so we don't completely get encompassed in that one. I still wanted to see that, that Swan Lake storm really weakened here. So the storms to the east are weakening, but the storms to the west, whoa. Yeah, they're really getting going. A lot of isolated cells up here, but this one is standing out for sure as the storm of the day so far. It looks grumpy. Oh, you know what? Our noise canceling is actually taking stuff away here. So hold on a second. Aha. That's looking even. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's definitely looking interesting. Yeah. That storm's not great. I saw lightning from the forest cell. Thank you for posting. Appreciate that. Oh, from Brandon. Okay. Elton is the municipality that Forest is in. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate that. That makes sense that it's up there. Cody says, "My goodness, all tilts." Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that storm is. Yeah, that CC. I think it was noise. Amazing person. It was in a weird spot. Like when we swiped over, it was in a weird spot. I'm pretty sure it's noise. Pretty sure. But yeah, seek shelter in the forest area right now. Tornado warning. Called it. I knew it. Tornado warning on that cell, folks. It looks pretty nasty. Environment Canada has now issued a tornado warning on the forest cell. Take shelter. Seek shelter in forest, please, right now. That storm looks super nasty, and it is even stronger now. Even stronger, Veloc. Let's go take a look at higher up in the storm. If you're in Justice right now, yeah, take shelter in Justice. I would definitely add Justice to that list there, Brendan. If you are in Justice, you're going to want to take shelter. In fact, Forest is pretty much fine now. I would just put Justice on there. Seek shelter in Justice. Yeah, if you're in Justice, Manitoba, you need to be getting to a safe place immediately. That cell looks dangerous. It is a strongly rotating supercell, likely producing some big-time hail. Let's go take a peek, actually, in the direction here. Brendan, do you mind updating that banner there? It says seek shelter in forest. If you could update that to Justice. Okay, no worries. It's all good. Yeah, if you are in Justice right now, you need to take shelter immediately. This is it's crossing Provincial Road 561, and it's heading towards Provincial Road 468. If you are in Justice, Manitoba, you need to be getting to a safe place immediately. Let's see exactly which path this tornado warning is taking. The tornado warned storm story is taking. Let's see here. Whoa, the hook on it, though. Do you see that? Look at the hook on this thing. You see it totally develop right there. Whoa, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a hook, folks. I'm going to hit pause and get that right to the frame that I'm talking about here. This is a hook. Now, we're not looking in the right way. This is actually looking north. So it's moving in the perfect direction. It's moving to the northeast. It's got a hook on it. Yeah, very clear hook and very clear rotation. And the next frame gets even stronger right over Justice. This is a problem for the Justice area right now. If you are in Justice, you need to seek shelter immediately. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing touches down based on the velocity data. This very organized. See, sometimes we have rotation that's like this big, broad rotation. This is very, very organized rotation right here. Very organized, and it's in the perfect spot right at the southeastern tip of a rotating supercell. That is all the indication you need, and I'm very glad Environment Canada put out a tornado warning on that one. That is definitely the storm. Brandon's fine. Yeah, Brandon's fine. This is northeast of Brandon. Yeah, I see all that CC drop, Matt, but a lot of that could be noise. It could be because of the hail. There's not like a very perfect CC drop on it, but yeah, I see some CC drop on it. We got to keep an eye on that for sure. Yeah, it's very possible that this is going to produce a tornado, folks, if it hasn't already. And Shelby says this live right now. Yes. If I said no, that would be confusing. Answering your question at the same time. Joanne says, is it coming to Winnipeg? I don't think this cell's coming to Winnipeg. There could be some storms overnight. Tomorrow's going to be interesting for Winnipeg as well, too. Brennan's working on the forecast right now for tomorrow, which does include Winnipeg. And, yeah, we're going to be watching that very closely. There might be some pretty strong storms overnight, though, and into the morning hours as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting. But Alex said, can you see the tornado on 3D? Well, we could spawn one. You can't actually see a tornado on 3D radar because radar scans, about 1,000 feet off the ground. So if there was a tornado right there, you wouldn't actually be able to see it. But we can actually, if it was confirmed a tornado on the ground, then we could actually spawn one underneath it in real time in the 3D Weatherverse. But we're not going to do that until we know for sure that it is on the ground. But nevertheless, there is a tornado warning on that storm. It's moving to the northeast. And Amber says, a heads up that the Facebook app doesn't show you are live right now. Really? Are you talking about on Manitoba Stormwatch? It doesn't show we're live? We're live on Manitoba Stormwatch, and we're live on Instant Weather Manitoba. If it doesn't show that we're live right now, that's very strange. Just so you know, a lot of folks are going to get the tornado warning that aren't actually in the tornado warning. If you want to know if you're actually inside the tornado warning, download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Go to instantweatherapp.com, download the free app, punch in your location, and you'll be able to see if you're actually inside the tornado warning. The reason you got the tornado warning on your phone might have been because your phone can receive a signal from a cell phone tower that's inside of the tornado warning. This happens all the time. So the tornado warning is this big.
Just to clarify, the tornado warning is quite large, so that could be the reason too. Like if you see on the screen, it's like very expansive. Like it includes Minnedosa, Neepawa.
Yeah, and the reason being is they have these like pre-cookie cutter made regions, and this storm is kind of like in the middle of all of them. So they have to kind of include all these regions that are around it, and then everybody around those regions is going to get it on their phone. So there's a lot of areas that are not in the path of this tornado. But download our free app, instantweatherapp.com, and you can get that. But this is the latest radar update. I mean, look at the rotation on this. So we hope everybody in Justice is safe. It's still moving. It looks like it's trying to move more to the east. It's still moving northeast. Brookdale is next. If you're in Inglo and Brookdale, yeah, I would throw Brookdale on that list there, Brun. Seek shelter in. You want to say seek shelter in Inglo and Brookdale. Ingelow and Brookdale. Those are the two areas in the path right now of this rotation couplet. It's crossing Inglo Road 67 North at the moment. Again, we don't have confirmation if this is on the ground, but everything on radar is telling us that this has the potential to produce a tornado. And of course, that's why Environment Canada has put a tornado warning out on this particular storm. This is a nasty storm, folks, and it definitely has the potential to produce a tornado. If it hasn't already, it has the potential to produce it at any point in time. So this is a dangerous storm. You definitely want to be getting shelter to it, or shelter if you're in the path of it. It's going to cross Road 97 West, Road 96 West. It's going to be heading towards western Inglo. I don't know if it's Inglo. It's Ingelo? Ingelo? Maybe it's Ingelo? Tell me in the comments here. Let me know. Shelby says no chasers out. I know there was a whole team from from University of Manitoba. There was this whole team. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're out there, but I haven't seen any reports from any spotters. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so it's heading towards Brookdale, though, for sure. I mean, look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of the mesocyclone. The size of that rotation, and it's heading straight for Brookdale. It's going to cross Road 96 West. It's going to cross Road 94 West, head right for Brookdale, and also western Ingelo. Is it Ingelo? Ingelo. I don't know. Ingelow. Whatever that is. I pronounced it correctly the first time, says Taylor. What? Ingelo? Ingelo. Wait, which one, Taylor? Is it the one I said ing, like ing, or the one I said Ingelo? I forget. Please let me know. Tammy says a Yorkton storm chaser was it Ryan? Yeah, we know Ryan. He was going to be around Minnedosa today. Oh, so maybe he's around. I haven't seen any reports from him, but maybe he's around. So yeah, Brookdale in the path of this storm. I mean, look at the size of this mesocyclone compared to the size of these towns. This is big time rotation heading straight for Brookdale. Dylan says, I go away for 20 minutes and there's a tornado warning wild. Yeah, didn't see that coming. I mean, well, we did. It's on our forecast. But things were looking kind of weak for a while, and things just exploded. Ingalo. Jessica says Ingalo. Yeah, so if you're in Ingalo, if you're in Brookdale, if you're in Halborough, next up after that, Sprucewood, Hutterite Colony, Oberon, Monroe, Twilight Hutterite Colony. All of the Hutterite colonies, or at least these two. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. Halborough, Mentmore. Yeah, this storm is a dangerous-looking storm, folks. And you're going to be wanting to get to
religious communities, but I don't think they even use the internet, so they probably won't get...
Oh, do we have confirmation on that? Is somebody looking at that a little deeper? Not Brennan. He's working on the forecast. You focus on the forecast.
I haven't even tested it. I keep getting distracted.
Well, there's a tornado warning. I can understand, but no, you got to work. We got to get that out. We want to talk about Winnipeg and stuff for tomorrow. So please hone all of your attention abilities into one focused. Getting out that forecast for tomorrow, pretty please. And I'll go.
Random communities in
not
Manitoba.
Googling random communities to find out if they have the internet or not. Someone said just got the tornado alert for the cellular coverage area. Yeah, exactly. It's way bigger than the actual. Environment Canada is going to be switching to storm-based warnings, which is really exciting because then people will still get the warning outside of the polygon, but only a little bit, not this like massive region like we see right now. So, Dustin says helped Hutterites at work. They do have cell phones, so they should be getting cellular notifications. Okay, great, Dustin. That's a little bit of a sigh of relief. Hopefully they're getting to a safe place. But yeah, if you are in Brookdale, yeah, this storm looks nasty. The rotation is very organized. Let's go take a look at some other storms right now, just so we're not... Every time we get so focused on one storm, we might miss others. So this one's like standing out. Like you can go as far back to see almost the whole province, and you can really see the rotation standing out on this one. Yeah, if you are in Ingelo, Ingelo. Did you spell that right? Gelow. You got it. Perfect. All right. So, and Brookdale. If you're in Brookdale, this next radar update is going to be like right here. So it's going to be heading right towards Brookdale, I think. Somewhere between Ingelo and Brookdale. Joe Funk says, Hutterites use internet. They love technology. Oh, cool. All right. Perfect. Hopefully they're watching the stream. If you're in the Hutterite community or watching the stream, let us know.
Maybe we need updates. It's the Mennonite community that I'm thinking about.
Oh, you thinking about Mennonites?
There is definitely some religious community in Manitoba that doesn't use the internet.
Well, anyways, that's not the focus right now. The focus is
off topic.
Brendan getting day 2 forecast out. That would be great. This next
off topic.
Yeah, Brendan getting off topic. That's our focus. Please not during tornado warnings. You can focus like that any other time, but definitely not for tornado warnings. Amber says no tornado for Brandon. No, this is northeast of Brandon. Brandon is not in the path of the storm. It is northeast. I think we're getting an update very soon, and let me just see here. Yeah, it's already blinking live, so we should be getting an update any second now. Give it just 1 second here. Alyssa says Minnedosa. It's going to be southeast of Minnedosa. So Minnedosa is not in the path of this exact storm. I mean, the north side of the storm is kind of, and there's another little cell heading for Minnedosa. Minnedosa is right here. Yeah, but let's see here. Just looking through the comments here. Sheena's asking about Nipoa. Yes, I would think that this storm is heading in that direction. I would think so.
Nipoa is under a tornado warning.
And you're under a tornado warning as well. Yeah. And I think this is heading in that direction. It's not heading towards Portage. Portage is over here. And Nipoa is back here. Brendan, can you make me full screen, please? Just for when I'm like looking at these little city names, it's gonna be a lot easier if I'm full screen. Yeah, perfect. Let me know in the comments as well too. Did the city names get a little bit easier to read when that went full screen? Side note, if you're watching the stream on your phone, turn your phone sideways. It'll be a lot easier to read everything. Heather's asking about Dauphin. Let me double check here. No, Dauphin's fine. You're just getting some rain right now. You're good. Dauphin's good. in the morning, things might get a little interesting in Dauphin, but we'll see. But this storm, wow. I mean, this is basically what the models were talking about for a while. Severe thunderstorm watch ended, but I'm not sure which one. Where is our update here? Give me a sec. So I think this storm actually has weakened a little bit.
The watches that ended were in northern Manitoba.
Oh, in the north? Okay. Oh, yeah, they were the ones way up north earlier. Chris says, common misconceptions that farmers don't like used technology, so changes are they have some sort of connection to the internet. I wasn't thinking that, definitely. I think farmers are on the bleeding edge of technology. They have to be. They need, like, hardcore satellite data to look at soil moisture and all that kind of stuff. No, they're typically on the bleeding edge when it comes to technology, for sure. If they're not, they're, you know, leaving things up to chance. You definitely have to be monitoring that stuff for sure. We should be getting another update here, but for some reason it's not coming through. I'm not sure why. But yeah, there is another update for this storm, and I think it may have weakened a little bit. We're still under a tornado warning right now from Environment Canada. It's possible that it will strengthen again. So definitely don't take your eyes off it here. Oh, yeah, there's our update. 24. It still looks interesting from the eastern radar. I don't know why we don't have a 24 update here. That's painful, but we can use CSWL. So we do have a 24 update. I can
see 1017 update on a different app, and
it looked weaker. No, I know, but if you actually look, we actually have a 24 update. Hold on. Wait. What's going on here? Okay, that's nothing. This freaked me out for a sec. I was like, is this rotation? And then I'm like, swiping tool. Swiping tool says, nope, it's nowhere near a storm. You're fine. There actually is a 24 update, though, from CASWL. And that storm is about equal between these radars. Maybe a little bit closer to Fox Warren. But from Woodlands here, it still looks pretty interesting. It's still got a hook on it, still producing hail, and it's still got a meso. So, Corinne just says, just got a tornado warning in Westbourne. Will it hit here? Good question. Let me see. Still getting that 12 update. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Anyways. Let me double check for Westbourne. Let's see if you're in the path here. Westbourne. Westbourne. Is that Westlake Gladstone area? Let me know. I think so. That would make sense. I see here. Okay. That storm is heading to the northeast. That storm's probably going to miss you to the north, I would think. Samira says, I got a tornado warning for Brandon. Brandon's fine. Brandon is not in the path of this tornado warning storm. The tornado warning storm is to the northeast of Brandon. So let me show you here. Here's
probably
Brandon.
Because the tornado warning is just north of Brandon. So it's like literally right on the outskirts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're so close to the cell phone tower that's inside the tornado warning. That's why you got the tornado warning. But it's not for Brandon. It is northeast of Brandon. Yeah, so mentioning about Gladstone. I mean, it's heading in this direction. So it's possible it could head over to the Gladstone area, but it's still quite a ways away at this point in time. Quite a ways. And we should be getting a new update there. But let's go back to CSWL. Currently, right now, if you're in the Brookdale area, if you are, it's still kind of Brookdale, Ingalo. Larissa says, just got a warning for Plumas. Is it heading our way? Let's go find out. Plumas. Plumas. Yeah. You could tell when we just flew directly from the storm to the northeast, right towards Plumas. So, yeah, Plumas would be in the path of this particular storm at the moment. You're still a ways out. It's still moving. It kind of slowed down. But it's definitely going through the Brookdale area right now. And you're definitely going to want to be taking shelter with that storm still. It's still looking pretty strong. Yeah, still quite the rotation on it. Let me just zoom out here. See if we get an update yet from... Still 212. What's going on with that radar? It's driving me nuts. Drive me nuts. 1 second here. I'm going to flip over to... Let's go take a look at it in a 3D Weatherverse. Take a look at this tornado warned storm in the 3D Weatherverse. Let me make sure I've got the latest radar update. Let's see what this loads up. It's got a 23 frame. So that storm should... Where'd it go? Is this it? No, where'd it go? Brandon? Oh, it's right here. Okay. That's the storm right there. 1 second here. Let me just make sure this is world origin. There we go. Okay, so this is the storm that we're concerned about heading towards Halborough. Yeah, the Halborough area. So, but again, it's in the kind of Brookdale region at the moment. There we go. Finally got the 24 frame here. But it's basically halfway between those radars now, so we have to compare them. But look at the hook on this thing still. I'm probably producing some big-time hail. So, oh, you can't see what I'm talking about. There we go. In Instant Weather Pro, you can. So, Brennan, can you make me full screen again, pretty please? Thank you. Or don't do full screen, but do the other one. Remember those, the in-between? Like that, yeah. That still works. That's good. I just want to make sure the city names are a little bit more detailed. Well, there still is this Amazing Person 3409 was saying it looks disorganized on tilt 1, the latest frame, but it's evident that it's still there after looking on tilt 2. Yeah, and there's still this right here. So this is actually a couplet. So the couplet is right here at the hook. Perfectly co-located with the hook. So again, if you're in Brookdale, it looked a bit weaker on the previous frame. We just completely skipped the 17 frame. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go to tilt 2 here. Oh, yeah. Rotation still evident in tilt 2. Let's see about tilt 3. Oh, yeah. Rotation's even stronger on tilt 3. Still there on tilt 4. So this is still a rotating supercell, folks. It looks like the tornado warning has ended, Amber said. Tornado warning has ended for Elton and Forest, but I'm pretty sure they're continuing it to the northeast, I would think. Yeah, so they ended the tornado warning for areas to the west, but they're continuing the tornado warning for areas to the east. Is that correct, Brennan?
Yeah, so the regions that were removed from the warnings include Forest and Minnedosa. So areas to the east, including Brookdale, are still in the tornado warning.
Yeah, that's right. Perfect. Sud says, do all modes update at the same time, or velocity and reflectivity, etc.? Yeah, they update at the same time. Yeah. For Canadian radar at the same time. Some American radars spit out different products at slightly different times, because you can actually pull what's called shards from them. You can pull shards of data, but the Canadian data comes out all in one big file at once, and then we have to process that whole file, and then we launch those images. So it's within milliseconds of each other that they update. So they basically update at the exact same time. But yeah, rotating supercell under a tornado warning, tracking to the northeast, heading towards, let's see here. Actually, let's back it up here and we can see which direction it's going. Yeah, heading to the northeast towards Brookdale, Halborough, Oberon, Hummerston, Monroe, and eventually, let's see here. Actually, let's go zoom in on it and do a little tilting. There we go. By the way, if you want to track the storm in real time, we just launched Instant Weather Pro. It's what I'm using right now. You can get it at instantweatherpro.com. It's a website, so it runs on your mobile device. It runs on as a website as well too, so you can run on a computer. And yeah, it's the same thing we've been live streaming with for the last 2 years, almost 3 years now. And we just added lightning data to it. You can swipe back and forth and see the different. You can see the wind rotation couplet. You can see the reflectivity hook right here. You can do this all in real time. You can tilt your screen and see the path of the storm. And really, really cool features are going to be coming to Instant Weather Pro. So we're super excited about it. We finally launched the beta test. Again, it's like $99 for the year, which is like $8.25 a month. It's our most premium product. Eventually, it's going to be, we're probably going to have the, I mean, some of the Pro Radar products out there are like $160 a month. We're probably going to eventually go to $120 or $130. But for the beta test, for the limited beta test, we put it on sale to $99. So if you want to test it with us, again, head over to instantweatherpro.com. Let me just double check here. Stephanie's asking about Lundar. Let me double check Lundar for you. Lundar. Let me see here. Get rid of some of these locations. There we go. Lundar. Lundar. Where is Lundar? You're way to the northeast, so right now, you're fine. It is kind of heading that direction, but it's way far away from you right now, so I wouldn't worry about it at the moment. Thank you, Amber, for posting our... this looks like it was copy-pasted right from our pages. I can tell by the formatting of the hashtag first, and then the time with just the P, and then tornado warning continued. So it looks like this was actually copy-pasted right from our either from Manitoba Stormwatch or Instant Weather Manitoba. But thank you, Amber, for putting that in the comments. Appreciate it. Aiden said we'll be covering MB tomorrow. I believe so. Yeah, Manitoba looks pretty strong tomorrow as well, too. So let me see here. Trish says, I'm in Nipawa. Should I be in my basement? Let's see which way it's going. I mean, if it magically decides to turn to the west, then maybe. But right now, you might want to be getting prepared in Nipawa. It's probably going to miss you to the east, but you might want to be getting prepared. I mean, you're right here. So let me just show you.
Yeah, the tornado warning from Environment Canada does include Nipawa, but they do mention in the description that it should go south of the town.
Oh, they literally mentioned that in the description? I didn't read that. Hold on.
I'll read it.
Sure.
It'll say Doppler radar indicates a potential tornado near Brookdale, moving towards Halborough. The current track of the thunderstorm should take it south of Nipawa.
Yeah, I mean, the storm's going to hit Nipawa. I think what they're saying is the track of what could be a tornado.
Yeah, the rotation. But
yeah, like Nipawa's probably going to get hit by hail, and you're definitely going to get lightning and heavy rain. But the part where that could or is producing a tornado, which is right here, may miss you. It's going to head up towards, again, Oberon. It's going to head right towards Twilight Hutterite Colony. So I hope they're paying attention. I'm sure they got the notifications. If what folks have been telling us is true, they've got phones there for sure. Hopefully they got those notifications. White Mud Watershed Wildlife Management Area. Hummerston, that's the area it's going. And again, Halborough. But we're crossing our fingers that the rotation is going to miss Nipawa. But other places are definitely in the path of this right now. Oberon is in the path for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, so take shelter in... Sprucewood Hutterite Colony is right in the path as well, too. Let me see here. Yeah. Let me just make sure we got the latest update. Should be a new one. There's the 2:30 update. Okay, so we have a new update here. Oberon. You got Oberon in there now. Perfect. Yeah, Oberon, Monroe. And let me zoom in and make sure. Yeah, and the Twilight Hutterite Colony. I know you can't fit that in that banner there, Brennan, but yeah, the Twilight Hutterite Colony definitely needs to be taking shelter with this one as well, too. Monroe and Hummerston is next in line, and White Mud Watershed Wildlife Management Area. So probably, Lobville as well, too. Lobville, Hummerston, those are next in line with this one. But right now, Oberon needs to be definitely in a safe place at the moment. Oberon needs to be taking shelter. The strongest part of the storm is directly on top of Oberon. Let's go take a peek at some of these other storms. I don't want to forget about all the other storms that are happening. Last thing we want to do is completely focus on this one and miss something else that's important. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything else is as important as this storm. This storm's definitely likely producing some big time hail. 70 dBz in there. This big time hail, most likely. And yeah, it's a pretty nasty storm. Yeah, radar is about equal now from the two stations. Almost equal. Really close.
Yep, I just want to address some of the comments we've been getting. There's a lot of people asking about Portage, which they are under severe thunderstorm watch right now, but all the storms appear to be going northwest of them, like with the track of it.
Yeah, Max Klinger says, good thing there's only an abandoned grain elevator in Oberon. Oh, okay. If you're in the abandoned grain elevator, take shelter.
Might be the best place to take shelter if there's not anything else.
I mean, unless it gets hit, and then you have shards of metal grain elevator flying at you. Random Facebook user says, Adam Skinner, check DMs. Oh, okay. Check my DMs. 1 second, 1 second. Was that you, Suzanne? I think it was, Suzanne.
Oh, yeah, I see it. She messaged me.
Yeah.
She said get him to check his, I'm not going to say the word, DMs.
No, she's on, there's a spotter on that one, right? There's a spotter on the storm right now. They're pretty far from it, though. They can't see anything surface-based, but just got a new update on that, and it looks strong. So the storm's still looking pretty darn strong. Yeah, the 36 update says, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it. Oh, Max says, not in the condition it's in, I would not take shelter in it. Oh, yeah, get away from the broken down elevator, please. Yeah, we just got an update. Still looking pretty nasty. Yeah, let's zoom in on Oberon and see what's there. Oh, yeah, it's literally, this is what's in Oberon. Not much. Some buildings, though, I think. There's not much going on in Oberon. But yeah, if you're in Monroe, if you are in Twilight Hutterite Colony, look at the velocity coupling on this thing now. 105 kilometers an hour on one side of it. And what are we on the other? 23? 83 on one side, 23 on the other. But this strongest part of it is 105. Yeah, this is a legit velocity coupling on this cell, folks. So if you're in Monroe, let's see if there's anything in Monroe here. Zoom in Monroe. I don't see anything. Is there any streets in Monroe? Anyways, long story short,
there's a new severe thunderstorm warning along the western part that includes Verdun and Rivers.
All right, let me go take a peek at it. Sorry, folks, if I'm moving the radar around too fast. I tend to do that. Oh, maybe this storm right here? Yeah, probably. So it looks like Rivers may actually get something here. Norman and Bradwardine. In the path of that one. Norman, Floors. Yeah, those areas are in the path of that storm. So that's a severe thunderstorm warning now. And again, this is still under a tornado warning right now, likely producing some big-time hail. Hannah says, when will it hit Brandon? Unless it decides to turn around and go back the other way, which is not going to happen, Brandon is not in the path of the storm. So that's a lot of what we try to do in the live stream is bring clarity to tornado warnings, because a lot of the time people are getting notified from as long as your cell phone can receive a signal from a cell phone tower inside of the tornado warning. Example, Brandon. All of Brandon thinks they're under tornado warning. There is no tornado risk for Brandon right now. 0. So you're good. Oh, look at Brennan doing the multi visual here. Fancy. BJ says, what about Minnedosa? That's a good question. Minnedosa is fine. You're good. Now, there's another storm coming up to Minnedosa from the west, and that's under a severe thunderstorm right now. You can see it over here. It's tracking up to the northeast. Again, if you want to track live radar using Instant Weather Pro, which is what we've been using on the live stream here for 3 years, we built it for the Northern Tornadoes Project out of Western University for them to track tornadoes across Canada and hail. If you want to track in real time with us, head over to instantweatherpro.com and subscribe. And Teresa will send you the details so you can jump on and you can track these storms with me in real time here. I know Suds is doing it. Where's Suds at? I believe Suds. Let me know if you subscribed, by the way. If you did subscribe, let me know. Aileen is... Aileen or Aileen? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Is asking about Nipawa. Yeah, Nipawa is on the north side of the storm. I think the most dangerous part of the storm is going to actually head straight towards Hummerston. If you're in the Hummerston area, you need to be taking shelter immediately. The strongest part of the storm is, let me actually just tilt the screen here so we can see. Tracking across Provincial Road 353, heading towards Road 72 North and Road 85 West. And it's going to be heading right towards Hummerston. and right towards the Road 80 West, White Mud Watershed Wildlife Area. But if you're in the Hummerston area, if you are in the Twilight, Hutterite Colony, or if you know anybody there, please give them a call, because this storm is heading directly towards them. Brady said, just like the stream, thank you so much, appreciate it. Monique says, weather says rain for Winnipeg, but just keeps changing. Nothing till Wednesday. Monique, do you have our app? Definitely download our free app. Go to instantweatherapp.com. It's free. Everybody go download it if you haven't yet. instantweatherapp.com. Or go to the App Store and search Instant Weather and look for, see the icon? Let me try to point to it. At the very, very left side of the screen, it's like an I and a W, and the W is in like a blue box. That is our logo. Go download the free Instant Weather app, punch in your location, check the forecast on our app, because a lot of folks seem to appreciate the forecast that comes from our app. So definitely go download our app for free. And again, if you want to track weather with us on Instant Weather Pro, you can do that by heading over to instantweatherpro.com to subscribe. Lisa says, love the app. Thank you so much, Lisa. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Duffman says, do we have monthly or year? So for the beta test, we're doing them by hand. We're doing them manually. So it would be a logistical nightmare to do monthly subscriptions. So right now for the beta test of Instant Weather Pro, it is only yearly. So it's $99 for the year, which is equal to like $8.25 a month. But but we're only doing yearly subscriptions for the limited beta test. So if you want to join the beta test of Instant Weather Pro, again, $99 for the year, basically $8 a month. And you can subscribe to that at instantweatherpro.com. Sud says, just notice the territories are basically no man's land for radar. Oh, yeah, there's nothing up in the territories. There's no radar up in the territories. It'd be nice if there was, but at the moment, there's basically zippo. You only can use like satellite data up there and lightning data. Satellite and lightning. That's the only thing you've got to go on. They do issue some severe thunderstorm warnings up there. And of course, if they got a report of a tornado or something, they would. But Brady says the app is Canada only, right? No, we do have the U.S. radars as well, too. So we have the U.S. radars down here in the south. You can see that storm from the U.S. radar. Again, Hummerston needs to be taking shelter immediately with that storm. Immediately, for sure. Yeah, so we've only launched it in Canada. The U.S. radars take sometimes they take a little bit to load if they haven't been loaded already. It takes a few minutes to spin up the servers. So we're going to be improving the U.S. radar loading abilities drastically, and then we're going to launch it in the States. But for right now, we're just doing subscriptions in Canada. But if you're in the U.S., it would still work. It's just, it might it just takes a few minutes to load up some of the radars. If the radar hasn't been used, it takes a few minutes to spin it up. But once it's being used, then it's super fast. Raylan says, Terry Bridges, me too. First a tornado warning, then now a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, a lot of people get the tornado warning that aren't actually inside of the tornado warning. If you want to figure out if you're actually inside of the tornado warning, go to instantweatherapp.com, download our app, punch in your location, and see if you're actually inside the tornado warning. Our alert system, we've been refining it for the last decade. And it is, I think it's the fastest, if not one of the fastest, but I'm pretty sure it's the fastest alerting system. Basically, especially our text message alerts as well, too. We haven't mentioned them as well, but if you're in rural areas, if you go to textmessagealerts.com, there is no faster text message service for alerts. And I think we're like almost about a minute ahead of the ones that come through the, with the crazy noise. We're the alert ready ones. We're almost a minute faster than that. So if you want to know about tornado warnings a minute before your phone buzzes, you might want to go to textmessagealerts.com and subscribe.
And we don't give you a heart attack when the sound
and we
comes
don't
through.
Yeah, you don't like, but I mean, it's I think it's a good thing, like if you're sleeping, but still usually, Brendan, when we get them, it's like we're scrambling to post like Amber Alerts by hand and stuff like that, because we like to send out Amber Alerts too, because we think it's pretty critical stuff. But Jordan says the app is the best app, hands down. Thank you so much, Jordan. I appreciate it. Corinne says I am in the app. Okay, thank you. Sud says U.S. radar seems to have a huge range versus Canadian radar stations. Do they use different tech? Better, worse accuracy? I think the U.S. radars are maybe slightly, in some cases, they're slightly better, especially when it comes to RF noise. The resolution is a little bit higher. So the resolution for Canadian radar is 0.5 of a kilometer, so half a kilometer, and a U.S. radar is actually 0.25, so a quarter of a kilometer. So the resolution is higher, and in some cases the range is longer. But they just changed the strategy for Canadian radars to give it a longer range, which is useful. Tammy says, "You guys are fantastic. So appreciate what you do." Thank you so much, Tammy. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we sincerely appreciate all of your kind words and your support. Makes a big difference for sure. Typically, let's see here. Hold on 1 second here. Just looking through some stuff. So I don't. We often get asked how folks can make a donation to our cause. If you'd like to make a donation, we do have a link for that as well too, and you can make a one-time donation. So if you go to instantweatherinc.com/donations, you know, if you want to buy us a coffee or something like that, so we can stay up all night and do this live stream, we'd sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Trent says, elderly parents are in Furdale. Please update. Let me double check Furdale. Let me double check here. Rotation continues, though. I just want to make sure folks know what's going on. Hummerston needs to be taking shelter with the storm. The strongest part of it is going to miss Nipawa to the south, but you're going to get some lightning. You're going to get some rain. You might get some hail. But the strongest part of the storm is to the southeast of Nipawa, and it's tracking this direction. So it should hopefully miss Nipawa. We should be getting an update soon as well. Duffman Steve says, can you show us US radar on IW Pro if you can, Adam? Yeah, we can show you US radar. So we've already loaded up KMBX here, so we can take a look at that. So this is the tornado warned storm right here. And from US radar, it looks super nasty. Very high velocity values, 123 kilometers an hour. Very, very high velocity values up high in the storm. And actually, this storm to the west, heading in towards rivers, actually is starting to look pretty strong up high. It's got its own really 146. Whoa. I'm glad you told me to look at that, Duff. I'm going to flip over here. It looks a lot weaker closer to the surface, but we got to keep an eye on this one because it looks really strong up top. Yeah, there's something going on right here. There's just a tiny one little pixel mezzo. If you're in Wheatland, Rivers area, this storm might be getting going here. I mean, it's already under a severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada, but it looks a little stronger higher up in the storm. If you keep going up higher, it looks even stronger, and if you go higher, it looks even stronger. So yeah, that storm is cooking pretty good. Cooking pretty good. We got to keep an eye on that one for sure. Thanks, Stuff Man. That actually helped a lot. I should probably keep going back and forth and checking the U.S. radars to see what it's picking up on, because it's not too far away. Again, we have a tornado warning on this cell, likely producing some big-time hail.
Yeah, I just looked at the data on that, and it's likely producing ping pong ball to golf ball size hail. Whoa. Based on the radar data.
Yeah, it's big time. You know what's interesting? So we're going to be including some really cool technology, which is probabilities for severe weather, probabilities for tornado risk, probabilities for hail and wind. And right now, the probability on the storm to the west is 7% for tornado, and it's only 4% on the one under the tornado warning at the moment. But it's, you know what though, it's only pulling in U.S. data, so it's not taking into account Canadian data right now. It will be, just right at this exact second, it's not taking in Canadian data. And that happened because they actually changed the strategy of the Canadian radars, and that kind of had issues with the algorithm. Anyways, long story short, we're getting an update right now. Come on, update. Here we go. Let's see what's happening. Rotation continues, heading up towards Lobville. Let's take a peek here and see exactly which way it's going. So hopefully folks in the Twilight Hutterite colony are okay. Hopefully folks in the Monroe area are okay. The rotation continues to move towards, it's going right now through Hummerston. So if you're in the Hummerston area, I hope you're taking shelter. Heading right through White Mud Watershed Wildlife Management Area, heading toward Lobville, and eventually up towards Road 77 North, Helston, Riverdale Hutterite Colony, and Emerald Hutterite Colony. And Road 79 North. It's going to cross Provincial Road 352, which is the Lobville area. And and right now it's kind of near Road 80 West and going through the Hummerston area at the moment. I don't like the drop here So Canadian radar, what they do to get rid of some noise is when things are really high values, they actually kill the data. So we call this a Canadian TVS, where you have a mesocyclone and right in the center of it is an empty data hole. That's not a good sign. That is definitely not a good sign. The Canadian TVS. We are wondering if we should evacuate our mobile home in Brandon. Only if you're going to like go and get ice cream or something like that. But I would say no. The storm is northeast of Brandon. The only reason to leave your house in Brandon is to go and buy ice cream. But no, Brandon is fine. The storms are northeast of Brandon. What? Well, hey, if you've got a craving for it, there's that. Amber says there's a shelf cloud west of Brandon that has constant lighting. Okay, I'll go take a look at Brandon right now. Yeah, there's a storm. So the storm northwest of Brandon is a concern. In fact, it actually looks stronger in the latest update. Rotation still not that strong, but it's getting that shape. You see this shape? It's getting the classic kind of hooking. It's got that classic overall V shape here. Yeah, definitely it's starting to get hail. That. Definitely large hail for sure. I mean, 73 dBz. This is producing large hail for sure. The strongest part of the storm is just near the Wheatland and Rivers area. So back to Tammy. Sud says, is that actually 149 kilometers at Wellwood? Let me find it. Hold on. On which radar? Oh, you mean this? Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. It's really disconnected from the storm, though, so it might be noise. Tammy says, it's thankfully just west of us. Yeah, it's kind of moving that way, though. I mean, it's not far from Rivers. Let's take a look at it here. Yeah, Tammy, it's kind of moving almost right at you. It might just miss to the north. But it's coming kind of right at Rivers. I mean, let's go to Rivers and let's turn around and let's look at that storm. It'd be easier if we had proper 3D to look at this. Let's see here. Tammy says the wind is crazy. I'm sure it is. Let's see which way it's going. Like, you can see. Okay, let's watch. It's back there. Moving forward. Oh, it might just miss you to the north. It's going to be close. Yes, it's right here. Tammy, it's might come right at you. Keisha says, I'm scared. Tons of lightning in Rivers. I'd be pretty concerned in Rivers right now. This thing might have the stronger probability to produce a tornado right now. It still has the stronger probability. It's still 7% compared to the 3% to the storm to the east. I would be fairly concerned in the Rivers area at the moment. I mean, that storm's starting to kick it up. I'm going to create a polygon actually for that storm right now, because I think it's getting there, and I think the next update's going to be interesting. So now I'm getting to the point where I'm proactively. Oh, Amber says, is there any way you can pin the live stream to the top of the Facebook page? Oh yeah, that would be great. Actually, you know what? If maybe Patricia can do that. Patricia, if you're watching, is there any way you can pin the live streams to the top of Manitoba Stormwatch and Instant Weather Manitoba, please? Pretty please. Tammy, do you have our free app, Instant Weather? Because you're probably going to get a notification from me right about now. I'm going to go and proactively create that. So as soon as the next update comes out, we're ready. I'm just going to borrow this polygon. Watch this. I'm going to borrow the polygon from the storm to the right. Give me that polygon. I want it. I'm going to reload radar. And I'm going to put this polygon on this one. And it's going to include Rivers. Yeah, it's definitely going to include Rivers. So heading to the northeast. The direction is pretty much rock solid. I'm going to maybe do something like this. Maybe tighten that up a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm going to send an update to those folks. How many people in the path? 135 on our app. I'm going to say minor rotation detected in higher elevations of this storm near Wheatland. And Rivers. Tracking to the northeast. What time is it here? It's 10:58. I'm gonna say 10:59. Oh, I still haven't done this yet. I need to do this. Hold on. Monday. Still haven't added this. Okay, I gotta copy that. Okay. I'm gonna send that notifications because that storm is really kicking it up. That storm is definitely kicking it up right now. All right, we getting a new update soon? I don't want to wait for one more update to see. I think that was the update. 54. That was the update. Look at that. The hail on this thing is going to be insane.
Tornado warning has been replaced in the east. It's been downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay. Yeah, the tornado warning on the storm to the east has been, yeah, it kind of got messy on radar there. Let's see what it looks like on the right one. Interesting, but yeah, no, they've downgraded the tornado warning on the storm that is southeast of Nipawa. But this one this one's heading right towards Rapid City. And this storm is starting to kick it up a notch. Yeah, this storm is definitely kicking it up a notch here. And likely producing some big time hail. Yes, okay, I'm going to post this right now. So I need to change the time though. 11 and 11. Brennan, your mic's still on there. I can tell by the sirens. And 11 nonstop sirens at Brennan's place. Let's see here.
It's a party.
Yeah, it sounds like a party. Still going. All right, so I'm sending that notification right now to folks in that area. So if you're in Rivers, Wheatland, Pettipiece, Floors is about to get some big time hail. Rapid City, Termaine, Rufford, Riverdale. This storm is now taking over as the stronger storm, and it is tracking. What the heck is this fruit fly doing? Get off me! It is tracking to the northeast, and as you can see on Tilt 2, it's got rotation. So Tilt 2 has some rotation. Let's see what Tilt 3 looks like. Tilt 3 looks good. Tilt 4, yeah, still looking strong. So this storm is kicking it up now as the storm is taken over. I think probably is the strongest storm in this particular environment. It is hopefully going to miss Rivers. I don't know if it's going to miss Rivers. I think it's going to come right on top of you right now. The south side of that storm is going to be right on top of you, Tammy. We have Tammy on the live stream. She's in Rivers at the moment. Michael says, have you guys done an update for the severe threat for tomorrow? Brennan's working on it right now. I saw some of the data you posted, Brennan, and Ref looks interesting. Seen what?
Yeah, we're
2 and 5% there.
Significant, so 4 to 5.
Yeah, you're gonna go Sig. You sure?
Well, this was strong. Yeah, I think just based on the hail and wind risk.
Oh, does the 10-meter winds look pretty nuts or what?
Yeah, and it's kind of like a straight line.
Area says, so no chance of tornado coming to Brandon. We just bought the house too. No, you're good. Like I said. Ice cream? That's about it. Sud says, hey, turning off the noise cancellation in Manitoba makes it look more readable. No random lines like in Ontario. Yeah, it all depends on where the radar frequency noise is. So in Manitoba, it's actually pretty clear. It's pretty clean. So I would actually turn the noise cancellation off in Manitoba, but in other parts, like in Alberta and Ontario, the noise is crazy. So it all depends on where you are. Dylan says, people in Brandon, relax. Yeah, Brandon's good. If you are in Brandon, you need to relax. You're good to go. Area says, you're the most reliable than the actual warnings on our phones. The problem with the warnings is that so basically when you have a big warning area, anyone who can receive a signal from that cell phone, example, in the case of the first tornado warning, Brandon was just south of the tornado warning, like down here. And so even though you're not inside of the tornado warning, you're still going to get it on your phone. So that happens. John says, I'm in Rivers, little lightning, no big wind, decent amount of lightning, and now it just started to rain. All right. Kimberly says big hail about 8 miles west of river. I'm sure. Dan says Rapid City. Should we head for the basement? Oh, we're just about to get an update here. I don't know why it does that. It like goes forward, backwards, and then forward. Whatever, it works. You're gonna get some big time hail in Rapid City, but I don't know if that rotation is really gonna be surface based. So far, it's only been in elevated areas, but Tilt 2 looks pretty bananas. I would be getting ready for this one. I mean, let's go take a look. Like, let me zoom in on the storm and look at the direction it's heading. It looks like it's going straight towards Rapid City. You're gonna get some hail, I'll tell you that much. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Rapid City's in for it. You might be getting some big time hail. So here's Rapid City, and I'm just gonna go back on the storm, and then go forward. You can see which way it's going. I'd be getting ready for sure. Michael, we're working on tomorrow's risk map. Tammy says minor rotation detected in rivers. Yeah, Tammy, I literally just sent the notification on the live stream. I typed it out and then I hit send, and that went to you. So you do have our app. Great. Awesome. If you do not have our app, download it for free. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Head over there, grab it for free, and yeah, it's helpful. BJ says getting alarms from Minnedosa now. Alarms? Can you clarify what you mean by alarms? Duffman Steve says, you still checking US radar? I can. I just checked it. It looks super strong. These storms look way stronger from US radar, but it's far away, so it makes sense. It's looking way higher up in the storm. Look at this storm from US radar, though. It looks nuts. Whoa. So the top of that storm, you know what? You know what we should do? I think it's about time. Let's see here. Oh, they did, Joel said they did a severe thunderstorm warning over alert ready for the Rapid City storm. Rapid City just got, can you clarify for anybody in Rapid City, did you get the Amber Alert style warning for your phone? Because they do that sometimes when it's really when it's super duper strong. Lisa says, has it passed twilight? Or you're in twilight? Okay, we were hoping.
Probably because the severe thunderstorm warning mentions the possibility of baseball size hail.
Baseball size hail, folks. Baseball. Michael says, got the alert in Winnipeg. Why? Oh, on CTV. Winnipeg's fine. You're good right now. No biggie right now for Winnipeg. Tomorrow, that's different. Is the Rapid City still going to be tornado warning, do you think? I'm not sure. The velocity at low levels is not really... It's not super strong at low levels. I think it's... Rapid City's about to get baseball-sized hail, potentially. So Riverdale, Rufford, and Rapid City is about to get monster hail in the storm. So, you know what we can do? If you want, we can go take a look at the hail core in 3D. We got to do that. Let's do this. We're going for it. Good night, Michael. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah, let's go take a look at the 3D Weatherverse. And baseball-sized hail. Brennan, hold on. That makes it look like it's a report. Can you put... baseball hail possible Rapid City? Because right now it makes it look like somebody reported baseball size hail. So that's yeah. If you can readjust that line, I'd appreciate it. The baseball size hail Rapid City seems like it's already happening. Andy says, what is the app again, please? You can download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. And if you want to track our real-time pro radar here, we just launched the beta test for this. It's called Instant Weather Pro, and you can get it at instantweatherpro.com. Subscribe to that. We will send you all the details of how you can log into the website and track these storms in real time with me. Baseball size hail risk Rapid City. I like it. That's much better. Cool. So if I jump over to the 3D Weatherverse, let's go take a look at the storm here. This is the storm in 3D, and we're going to take a look at the 3D hail core. You can see, look at the rotation in this. You can actually see it. You can see the clouds moving this way, and you can see coming back this way. So you can actually see the rotation in that storm. Because this was the older frame when this thing was really rotating. So, wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go take a look at the hail core, though. I want to see the hail core in this beast. So it looks ridiculous. 1 second here. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me get rid of probability. There we go. Okay, okay, FW. Yeah, that's what I want. All right. All right, let's go see this beastly storm. Whoa. Is this the one? Oh, I think this is the one. Okay, Brandon, I gotta turn on the audio for a sec so folks can hear this, because this is worth. So you might echo if you jump on here, but okay. 1 second here. Oh, where'd it go? Come back, audio now. Oh, the new version's so much better. But oh, there we go. Okay, let me know if can you hear that audio there. This is the storm heading towards Rapid City right now in volumetric 3D. This is called the 3D Weatherverse. We've been working on this in Unreal Engine 5. Oh my goodness. This is based on actual radar data and actual lightning data. Okay, let's dial this back and let's actually take a look at the hail core in the storm. Because the hail core in the storm is going to be ridiculous. So if I go to creator mode here, let me just turn off the audio 1 sec. Too much lightning and thunder. Okay, if I go to world settings, bring my density down to 0.0001. Bring up the show summary. So this is the actual radar data we're using to show the storm. This is the actual full 3D volumetric radar data being scanned by the Fox Warren radar station. And I can actually dial this. I can dial this so you can see the hail core. So watch this. Summary cutoff here. Okay, so this is the full structure of the storm. This is your moderate rain. This is your heavy rain. And you want to see the hail core in this thing? Whoa. This is the hail core in this storm. Oh my goodness. That's one of the biggest I think I've ever seen. And all the times I've shown the 3D Weatherverse on the live stream. That hail core is bananas. Let's go even deeper. So this right here is like, this is the baseball. We're getting into baseball here. If you're in Oakview, or maybe just east of Oakview here. I don't know why those tiles are cropping out, but so that is the biggest hail right there. Look at the hail core in this thing. Whoa. That is bananas. That's all the hail right there. And so if you're in Rapid City, there's this big ball of ice right above you. This ominous ball of ice. It's going to be pretty nasty if it's not already started. But yeah, if you're in Rapid City, that is going to be... Oh, the lowest level? Oh, that's tilt 2. There's still rotation on that storm at tilt 2, but it's not on the lowest level. It doesn't matter. The hail's going to be insane. Rapid City's about to get hit by that hail core. This hail core right here. Look at it. You're just hanging out in Rapid City, minding your own business, and then you look up at this hail core right above you. Oh my, don't go do it. There's lots of lightning outside. That's why we have the 3D Weatherverse. We can look at the storms. We look at the storms in volumetric 3D. You don't have to go outside and risk your safety. So let's bring the show summary down to 0.3. And there is your storm in 0.3. There we go. And there is your storm in volumetric 3D at the moment. And that is a nasty storm heading into Rapid City right now. If you're in Rapid City, and if you're anywhere east of there, you're going to be wanting to take shelter with that storm. It is an absolute beast of a storm. If you like this, head over to 3dweatherverse.com. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Just search for 3D Weatherverse. Check that out. Let us know what you think. I'm going to jump into the comments here. Valerie says, that is so freaking cool. Thank you so much, Valerie. Definitely give us a subscribe. 3D Weatherverse on YouTube. Pretty please. Lisa says, wow. Stephanie says, there a tornado warning still in place for Brandon? Brandon was never in the risk of a tornado. The only reason you got the tornado warning is because your cell phone is close enough to a cell tower that was inside the tornado warning. But yeah, Brandon had never had a tornado risk at all. It was always north of Brandon. Yeah, Amber says Brandon was never under tornado warning. Yeah, everybody in Brandon got the tornado warning on their phone, but you're not actually in the tornado warning. So I know that's confusing, and that's why it's a really good idea to download our free app. Go to instantweatherapp.com, download it. It's free, and you'll be able to actually see if you're actually in the tornado warning. So I would always recommend these steps. You get the tornado warning on your phone, get to a safe place first. Then check our app. Oh, it doesn't say I'm under the tornado warning. It just says I'm under like a severe thunderstorm watch or whatever it happens to be. then you can go and check our live stream or check the radar and see what's going on and to see if the storm is actually an issue for you. Let's see here. Why am I floating so high above this? Oh, because I had to, because of before, Brennan, I had to float higher. So I'm going to change my floating ability. Let's bring me down here. There we go. Ah, that's much better. Perfect. Now that I'm smaller, I'll make me slightly larger. There we go. There. Real-time updates on the live stream here. Let's jump back to Instant Weather Pro, where I've become smaller again. Okay, hold on a second. Let me adjust that.
I sent you a new overlay in your email that should fit better.
Oh, I don't know why they always go to my spam folder, but I'll check it. It's all good. Oh, it would work better? Okay. 1 second here. Let me just make me slightly larger.
Yeah, because I removed the lower part because it's already on the screen.
That's right. I see. That makes sense. I like this layout though. Let us know, by the way, if you like this layout better. Brendan has tweaked the layout in customization. That's not a word. Customization.
And it's a lot easier to make.
I think it's way better. Yeah, that's cool. I like how you're doing these split screens on the warnings too. It's pretty cool. You could probably zoom that in even further. But anyways, I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. No, I think it's good. It's cool. If you are in Rapid City, you're probably already into the hail. Let us know what's happening because I'm pretty sure it's going to be brutal. But yeah, hopefully everybody's staying safe. Again, there are no tornado warnings at the moment. We only have severe thunderstorm warnings in place. The tornado warnings have been dropped. This storm heading into Rapid City is likely, if you look at the purple on this thing, I mean, when you get into, what is this? 76.5 dBz. 76.5 dBz. Oh my goodness. This thing is producing potentially baseball hail. That's what it says in Environment Canada's warning. They're concerned about baseball hail. Dan says, no hail yet in Rapid City. And then 1 minute later said, never mind, it's starting. Jennifer says, no hail yet, just really windy and lightning like crazy here in Rapid City. Yeah, the lightning looked crazy. I mean, look, you can see all the lightning here. We actually just added lightning to Instant Weather Pro, and you can see all the lightning strikes. Sorry, Brendan, what were you going to say?
Yeah, the radar data is indicating that hail is up to 7 centimeters in diameter. So let me do the math on that. I think that might even be bigger than, let me just double check. Yeah, that would be baseball size hail. So yeah, that's exactly what Environment Canada is.
That storm has a 91% severe risk on it and a 91% hail risk on it. And it still has a 5% total risk on it as well, too.
100% hail risk.
No, I know. But this is a probability thing. Even I've never seen 91 on hail ever, I think. That's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, it should just be at 100. You're right. But I think they have some thing in place so it never gets to 100 or something. I don't know. But it's at 91, which obviously it should be 100. JJ says, I live due west of Rapid City and just experienced a crazy light show and lots of hail, hunkering down with the family in the basement. Thanks so much, JJ. I'm glad you're staying safe. Yeah, this is insane. The hail on this is nuts. Whoa. Oh dear. Let's see here. Second here. All right. Latest radar update. Rapid City. Oh, Rapid City might have been insanely lucky here. I don't know if you notice this, but okay, if you think about the fact that purple is hail, okay? So pink is like small hail, and purple is like big time hail. Look at the previous radar update. Look how dark purple we are here. Extremely large hail. Look at the next radar update. We're getting to pink into Rapid City. So Rapid City might just be getting maybe not the insane hail that we thought they would be getting. We'll have to wait for confirmation, but that's possible. So Again, if you want to track this in real time on Instant Weather Pro, just launch the beta test. Go to instantweatherpro.com and you can subscribe to Instant Weather Pro. Track these storms along with us on the live stream. Watch the insane. Look at the difference of one frame. I mean, look at the purple here, and then look at the next frame.
I would be concerned about Mendoza, because that storm's like literally tracking right towards them. That hail core.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Riverdale first for sure. Riverdale's about to get into that hail core. Hopefully it keeps weakening, but Mendoza, I know we've had so many folks in the live stream asking about Mendoza. Yeah, this storm is definitely tracking towards Mendoza. So, Mendoza, Franklin area, you're in for some big-time hail potentially. We'll see. Bethany says, just got another storm warning, lives southwest of Brandon. There's literally nothing southwest of Brandon. Oh, you know what, Bethany? You're getting the alert ready again. It's the same as the tornado warnings. You're getting the alert ready. Probably did it make that annoying sound? You probably got the baseball size hail alert ready alert all the way back in Brandon. That's what I think. It's probably the case. Oh, we got the double live thing going on. Oh, maybe I should go find Brendan's email. Give me one sec, Brendan. I'll work on that. When did you send this to me? 4 days ago.
No, there's
sure
a new one from today. I just sent.
All I see is 4 days ago when I searched Brendan on my email.
Let me check.
Last one is from the 15th. I don't have anything for today. Unless it's in my spam folder. Hold on. That's where it'll be. I found it. Looks safe. Not spam. Every single time. I don't know why. Report not phishing.
I'm just that sketchy.
You got a one tainted email, bud. Every single time it says it's absolutely don't open this file no matter what you do. And I'm like, that's fine. That's from Brennan. It's no big deal. And Brennan's got probably a good thing if you had complete control of my computer. Maybe you'd be able to make sure I actually do things properly. Okay, let's see here. I've got the banner here. Let me just make the overlay. And where did I put the banner? I don't know. Pro banner. Where is it? Where did I save it to? Oh, I see. In my forecasts. Okay. All right. Is this better, Brennan?
Yeah, now you can drag yourself down a bit.
Oh, and I got to move me again? Oh, man. It was so nice while it lasted. There we go. Bring me back down.
There we go.
Right to the bottom. There we go. I can't even go past the... Oh, I can. Whoa.
Oh, you can.
Whoa. Anyways, I'll stop. All right, so... That's right. Professional, folks. We're as professional as it gets here in Instant Weather.
It's becoming too late.
Laughing. It's when it's 11:21. 11:21 here. It gets a little late. We start to get a little... Oh, dear. Leslie says, any chance it will hit Sandy Bay? Crazy Matt says, LOL. Spammer on the feed. Oh, there's a spammer? Where? I don't see spammer. Where is it? What's this? There's a random link. h26.in? That sounds like a horrifying link. I'm going to go ahead and block that person. Yeah, I'm definitely blocking Patter Rohid. Yeah, nope. Let's see here. Sud says, I wish we could get live reports from the area. Keep cruising Twitter to see if anyone has posted. There's like nothing. There's only that stuff that Suzanne sent me. Maybe tell Suzanne to post it on Twitter and then we can like share it. Or something.
Yeah, I'll bother her about that.
Or focus on the forecast. How's your forecast coming, Brennan? Anything?
I got one polygon. We're making progress.
All right. Real-time forecasting, folks, from Brennan, the master. He is forecasting real time while I fly around. Uh-oh. Is this tilt 1? This is tilt 1. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's not good. Rotation heading into Rutherford. East of Rapid City. Yeah, it's a little disconnected from the cell, but I still think it's legit. That's a couplet, yeah. If you're in Rutherford area, The storm is starting to rotate. I'm going to post a new polygon right now because that's starting to rotate, so that's a concern. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, let's jump back. Where's my polygon? Okay,
New
I
severe
think...
thunderstorm warning, including Minnedosa, so they're probably just getting the cell phone alerts now because it does mention baseball-sized hail.
Oh, yeah. But it's showing rotation on the lowest level now. So that's a problem, folks. Yeah. Oh. What? There's a new update, and it doesn't look good. Why isn't it here yet? Look at that cell now. Whoa. Yeah. Look at the shape of that thing now. Okay. If you are in... What did I say? Rufford. I think I said Rutherford, but I meant Rufford. If you're in Rufford, you need to be taking shelter with that storm. East of Rapid City. Maybe even Rapid City as well, too. Hopefully Rapid City is already taking shelter with this thing. But, which way is it going? I feel like it's moving more east, though. No, it is moving northeast. Okay, so it might head up towards Minnedosa. This definitely has some rotation on it. I'm going to post a new update about rotation detected on this one. So it looks like it's cooking pretty good. Rotation detected on the storm. Just storm near Rapid City. Tracking east. Tracking to the northeast. Towards Rufford. And what else? Riverdale's about to get smoked by giant hail, by the way. And, oh, what about this? What's this? And Rufford and the Odana Hutterite Colony. And this is at 11:25. Date. I still haven't done it yet. Do I have it still copied? No, I don't. Might as well do 2.6. I'm going to mess it up. Date, MB. Gotta change the date again. I forgot to... I get so mad at myself when I forget to do those little things. Okay. Let me copy this and actually change it this time. Okay, so 26. And let's go. Okay, and 11:26. Perfect. There we go. I'm posting that notification. That's rotation, folks. Surface level. It was higher up in the storm earlier, but now it's gone down the surface. So Rapid City, Tremaine, Rufford, Riverdale, potentially Minnedosa, but Minnedosa might just get the hail. We'll see. Franklin, Cordova, those areas need to be taking shelter with this one for sure. It definitely is seeing rotation now, lowest level. That's a concern. So there's that. Laura says Winnipeg is getting windy. Windy Peg. It's getting windy over there. Shenandoah says lots of lightning in Minnedosa. Thank you very much. Yep. GM says we did get the severe alert out here by Minnedosa. Yep, makes sense. Yeah. Oh, fake profile. John Deuce Bigelow. 1 second here. Let me find it. Yeah, I'll block him. He's gone. Okay. Thank you, Tammy, for letting us know. Appreciate it. Okay, folks. Storms are still kicking pretty strong here. 6% core risk on that storm. Yeah, these storms are definitely getting going. Brenda says Rapid City, South Dakota. What? No. Rapid City, Manitoba. Not South Dakota. Manitoba. Yeah, the storm looks pretty nasty. It's definitely taken over as the dominant cell. The one to the east that was under tornado warning earlier still looks interesting, still producing some hail. But this one is definitely taking over as the dominant cell right now, which is the storm southwest of Minnedosa. And heading potentially towards Nipawa as well, or just about to get an update. Let me flip back over. There it is. There's your update. Let's see what's going on here. Some rotation. Maybe got a little bit weaker. Riverdale. If you're in Riverdale, let us know what's going on. Nikki says, how come radars will only show 2 hours ahead? Are you talking about our free app, Instant Weather Pro? So we do have an option to get 5 hours ahead if you're a subscriber. But we only, I think, give 2 hours ahead on the free version. Also, that's not radar, that's future radar. So radar only shows the past. So this is what we're looking at right now on Instant Weather Pro. And it goes back. We can actually make it go back 50 frames, which is pretty cool. He says the Fox Warren radar will only do 2 hours. Future radar. Yeah, so no radar actually gives out future radar. That's a model, so they use model for it. Yeah, so it's model data to give it the 2 hours. So, Nikki, are you talking about our app? Are you talking about Instant Weather, our free app? Is that what you're referring to? We only have a few frames on the free version because the future radar data is so expensive. So, but for like $6.99 a year, it's like 58 cents a month. You can subscribe to remove the ads and to extend the future radar out 5 hours. Eddie says large hail went through west of Rapid City. Thank you very much. Appreciate the update. Nikki says, thanks, no problem. And if you want to actually look at Fox Warren radar and its true raw data with lightning data as well, as you can see here, and you can actually swipe over and see the wind data as well. This is called Instant Weather Pro, and you can subscribe to it at instantweatherpro.com. It's $99 for the year, so it's like $8.25 a month, and it's our most premium professional radar product. It's the one we use in the live stream all the time. We actually built it for the Northern Tornadoes Project out of Western University, and for Dr. David Sills and his whole team there to actually be able to track hail and tornadoes across Canada. And so there's actually historical data on here all the way back to 2021. You can look at historical radar data from Canada. We're going to be having historical U.S. data all the way back to 1991, I think. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, yeah, we're just about to add alert polygons to it too. So that'll be useful, Brennan. Brennan, we might have to retire your maps when we actually have the warning polygons on the radar. It'd still be cool to have it on the maps.
You can still use them when we're like doing the 3D weatherverse and that.
Or when we're like super zoomed in, you can still see kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. And we're also going to add it to 3D weatherverse. Actually, it'd be pretty cool to have the warning maps, the warning polygons on 3D weatherverse too. That'll be actually quite useful. Because usually I'm like hunting around, like which one of these blobby storms is the actual one we should be paying attention to? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it'll be useful when we see that. Let's go take a look at this hail chucker in 3D though. Speaking of the 3D weatherverse, Nikki says, "Thank you guys. You're very welcome." Warning polygons seem to be far more reliable than municipalities, to be honest. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, storm-based warnings are definitely better than municipality-based like giant polygons. That, yeah, they're obviously it's not the greatest situation, but Environment Canada has been working on it. I've had 2 Zoom meetings with their team that's actually working on the storm-based warnings. They actually announced it at CMOS, so it should be coming next year, I think. That's the idea. Wow, we already got a radar up? That's fast. Yeah, so Minnedosa may see some hail from this. Franklin's for sure going to see hail. Amir, Franklin's going to see hail. Minnedosa might just see a little bit of hail. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. No, it really is. It's amazing. Yeah, let's see here. Bethany says, where are you located as you track this storm? I'm in Barrie. Barrie, Ontario. Yeehaw. That's right. That's where I live. But we track storms across Canada and sometimes in the US as well too. So Chris says definitely got to sign up for that 3D weatherverse. I would really enjoy playing with that. Cool, Chris. I'm excited for you to have it, and I'm super excited to launch it. We're going to be launching the beta test in the next few weeks, so we're just doing a few more tweaks. We're actually smoothing out the roads because the roads are kind of bumpy with the elevation, just so you can drive around and actually like get underneath storms and stuff. So Bethany says, wow, very cool. Yeah, it's all good. Trying our best, even though I've changed the time zones. So that right now it's 12:32 where I am, but it's 11:32 where you are. So I'm making sure that I'm carefully watching this. But let's go jump to the 3D weatherverse. And let's take a look at this hail chucking storm. Nikki says she's in Ottawa. Oh, cool. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the beast that we're watching. Let's go and let's just remove that, and we're going to put on the latest data. And let's take a look at this beastly storm. Whoa! Look at this thing. Okay, can you see the way? I don't know if you can. Let me know if you can, in the comments, if you can actually see. You can see the movement in the clouds. But that movement is actually based on velocity data. So we're not just like pretending like move the clouds wherever we want. We're using the velocity data at all 17 tilts of the radar scan. So the radar scan's here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 tilts of scanning. And we're actually using the wind data at every 500 meter interval to actually move the clouds in the direction they're going. And look at the motion of these clouds at the top. The top of this storm is going crazy with the motion. Whoa. That is pretty wild. Let's go fly under it and see if we can hear anything interesting. I'm going to turn on the audio, so let's see here. Let's go fly under and take a look. And this is actual lightning data in real time, too. So the same lightning data you're looking at on Instant Weather Pro, you're looking at in the 3D Weatherverse. Let's go fly over here and take a look at the structure. Cool. Let's change the lighting. I don't think the lighting's as good as it could be. Let's go. Should we go sunset? Let's go pure sunset. Actually look kind of nice. Ah, that's nice. I think of like the music from Lion King.
Patricia would like that view.
What, you like that view? Oh yeah, Patricia would like that.
Would like that view.
This right here.
She loves her
oh, the lightning.
sunsets.
The lightning should come through actually. Let's see here. Yeah, just wait till she's getting sunset photos from the 3D Weatherverse. Okay, let's see here. All right. Actually, let's bring this down to nighttime, see what it looks like. Ooh. All right, so let's bring it there. Cool. So yeah, this is the storm right now that's chucking some big time hail. And again, there's Nipawa right here. Let's head down to Nipawa. Take a look. And so that's what they're looking at. That storm coming over them right now. So this is actually based all on volumetric radar data, all from the Fox Warren site right here. And we can load up any radar station actually across the U.S. By the way, let's go fly out to space for a second here. Let's just take a quick flight to space. There's some weird artifacting going on there we got to fix. But I just wanted to let you know that the Earth is round. Check it out. It's actually round. Perfect. It's not flat. Just wanted to point that out. Earth is not flat. We've confirmed it in the 3D Weatherverse.
You like to point it out all the time.
I know, it's fun, isn't it? I definitely like to point it out. I'm going to fly right through the Earth. Okay, I bounced off the Earth. Okay, there we go. All right, where were we? Let's actually look at it from the US radar here. 1 second. You know what? That's good enough for now. I'm going to jump over to Instant Weather Pro. I want to keep taking a peek at these storms because they look pretty nasty. I'm glad I did. What is this? Is this a couplet? This could be a couplet. This might be a couplet. Hold on a second here. Max says, Earth is round, fake news. Let's see here. Yeah, this... I hope this is noise. It might not be. It might not be, because look at the way it progresses. Okay, you see it here. You see it here. And then it got really strong right here. That might not be noise. 109 kilometers an hour to minus 38. So what's that? Like 157? 147? Somebody do that math. What's 109 plus 38? 139 plus 8, so 47? Yeah. 147, is that right? That might be a pretty strong rotation couplet, folks. Let's go take a look at Tilt 2 and see if it's there. Ooh, Tilt 2 looks like not as bad. 147, says Chris, thanks. Tilt 2 is not as strong. If this was an absolutely insane rotation couplet, yeah, I think we just got a radar update. Did we? Let's see. Oh, no, maybe I didn't. No. So if this was a super duper legit insane rotation couplet, chances are Tilt 2 would be as insane. But Tilt 2 looks like nothing. So it makes me think that it's actually, I don't know. Look at that storm. Look at the hook on it. Makes me think it's noise, but I don't know. It's actually, so the hook is bending. So let's take a peek at that for a second. So watch how straight. So there's a hook here, but it's like, it's just hooking just a little bit. You see how kind of straight it is? Watch what happens in the next frame. You see how it tightens up? The hook is actually like, I don't know how to show this, like this way. So the hook is actually tightening up this way. The hook is actually cranking into the storm. And that's right where we see that that crazy signature on tilt 1. Let's go look at, whoa, what? I went the wrong way. One sec. Oh, so that there is actually an update. So it did continue. It did continue. There's still a 90 kilometer an hour to 34. There's still a rotation couplet there, but it's very small. Whoa. I want to see correlation coefficient on this. Let's go over to CC. We want to see the CC. So let's go to that, what looked like an insane couplet. What values do we have here? 0.8? 0.7? Oh, excuse me. I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell with Canadian radar. Where is this hook, says Carla. This hook is just south of Minnedosa. It's hooking, but velocity... I don't know. Velocity's not as exciting as it once was. Got good there. Still okay. Falling apart. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not as excited about it, but the hook is still pretty nice. So this storm is, by the way, heading directly towards MANITOBA right now. Look at the lightning on this thing. We've heard reports the lightning's crazy on this thing, but like, let me zoom in. Whoa. Lightning is bananas on the storm. Michael says, excuse me, is there a tornado in Ipawa or not? Or it's just a storm? So it's a severely worn storm. It did have some signs of rotation on it. Currently, at the moment, it is a boatload of lightning and some pretty big hail. Likely some pretty strong winds in there as well, too. Is anybody from Rufford or Rapid City that could let us know what you experienced with that storm? Looked pretty nasty. Sud says, what does a correlation view mean? So I've explained this before in a live stream, but I'll explain it again. And so basically, correlation coefficient is like, it's saying, it's basically saying, are things equal? So when you have a bunch of raindrops, they're all the same size if you scan them in two different ways. So if you scan, basically when a pulse comes out of a dual pole means instead of just a wave going like this coming out of the radar, the wave actually goes, there's another wave going like this. And so you have one wave going like that, and you have another wave going like this, and they compare the two waves to each other. And when you compare it with a raindrop, the correlation is like 1. It's like, it's perfectly the same size from this wave as it was from this wave. So, so when you scan something like, I don't know, piece of a house, like a roof, it scans at a very low correlation. So when you have a CC drop or a correlation coefficient drop, it's saying that when it's comparing the two waves, the shape is crazy. The shape is not correlating between the two waves. So long story short is correlation coefficient can show you debris. So when there's a really, really strong rotation couplet, you check out correlation coefficient, and that's called a TDS, a tornado debris signature. And so you can actually see potentially that there is debris where a possible tornado is. So correlation coefficient is very, very useful in that regard. Hopefully that helps, Suds. A little bit of Instant Weather Pro tutorials there. I should do a lot more, actually. Again, if you're just joining our live stream, first and foremost, thank you for joining us. Download our free app, instantweatherapp.com, to check what alerts you're in, to check the forecast for your area. And a huge thank you to those who have subscribed. To remove ads, And ads are annoying. I get it. We even have we have to do the pop-up ad like once every 3 days now. And some people are like, this is horribly annoying. I agree. It's annoying. Ad revenue has gone into the toilet. Ad revenue is brutal. So the little ad banner at the very bottom of the app, it used to pay for things. Now it does not. So if we don't want to kill the app, we want to keep the app going, then we have to do the pop-up ad once every 3 days. Like once. We're not like super duper spamming you with it. We just like pop it up like once every 2 or 3 days. And then, yeah, and if you want to get rid of those ads and help support Instant Weather, myself and Brennan and the whole team, then we'd really appreciate to go to the menu, click Upgrade Radar, get rid of the ads, extend your feature radar to 5 hours, which we're actually going to be improving big time. We have some really good improvements coming up to it as well. And anyways, yeah. And if you want to track radar on our new Instant Weather Pro, which will be coming to our app as a subscription option, but if you'd like to join the beta test and actually track storms in real time with real-time lightning data and, be able to actually zoom in and see, let's go into Minnedosa. Let's go street level in Minnedosa. We can go right down. I think there's 3D buildings in here as well, too. Yeah, we got 3D buildings. It's pretty cool. But yeah, if you want to track storms in absolutely real time, as fast as they can be processed, and be able to see, all of the raw velocity data, swipe back and forth between two products to see the wind and to see the hail, and they go back and forth and see if, if there's rotation for your area and all that kind of stuff, and follow along while we're doing the live stream, then head over to instantweatherpro.com, and you can subscribe there as well, too. InstantWeatherPro.com. It's $99 for the year. It's like $8.25 a month. And you get access to this, which is actually a website. It's the first ever super high resolution radar data website. There were some pretty big breakthroughs that we had to accomplish to be able to make this performant. And so far the feedback has been excellent with it as well, too. So yeah, thank you so much to all those who have subscribed. Ashley says, anything for Winnipeg? Anything for Winnipeg? Maybe some stuff overnight. Could see some storms overnight. The stuff coming tomorrow looks quite severe.
I'm just
Winnipeg could be
finishing up the latest forecast for tomorrow.
Oh,
and it looks
good.
the worst has actually shifted westward of Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. That's
so
interesting.
I have Winnipeg in the slight risk now.
Oh, Winnipeg's only in slight risk. Okay, yeah, Winnipeg was in the stronger risk before, but Brendan's only got it in the slight risk now. So as soon as he's done that, forecast map, I'm going to bring it up on the stream so we can actually take a look at what we're expecting for tomorrow. Suds says, what is that? See, Suds is actually using Instant Weather Pro right now. He subscribed to it. He or she, I don't know, Suds. It doesn't give me much, but they subscribe to it, and they're actually tracking this in real time. My favorite is when people are like, "Hey, oh, Brennan had a huge echo in his voice. Sorry, Brennan, that was my bad. That was my bad. That's not Brennan's fault. It's all me." There, I fixed it. Brennan's voice, huge yourself. Echo. Everyone said echo. Yeah, it's definitely my fault. Mark says, "Is that the voice of God?" I'm sure came through pretty booming there. Let me see here. So Sud said just updated. I like when people he says he. Okay, great. I like when people like Suds, for instance. Wait a minute. Is this an old update? This looks like the last rotation. Brendan, do you remember? This looks totally like the last. It's like a deja vu of when that storm was tornado warned earlier. It looked just like this. Okay.
Probably because that's a similar environment.
That's right. And actually it's showing from both radar stations. Yeah, this is definitely rotating. The rotation has increased again. The lightning is insane. If you're in Cordova right now, Cordova definitely needs to be taking shelter with this one. Our app is actually built in Cordova. It's a framework, but anyways. Yeah, so if you're in Cordova right now, and let's see where it's going here. Let me zoom in. It's crossing Provincial Road 465, Provincial Road 466. Right now, the rotation is heading right towards Nipawa. It's going to cross Provincial Road 464, and it's going to head up towards Nipawa as well. Yeah, if you're in the Nipawa area, this is a rotating supercell that is probably coming straight towards town right now. Let's animate it. You can see. Yeah, Nipawa is going to be wanting to get prepared to get to shelter right about now with this storm. Raylene says lightning is crazy in Nipawa. Thunder hasn't stopped. So there's a thing. It's called the roar. It's a roar, and sometimes when you Brendan, sirens again. Sometimes when you yeah, I always know Brendan's mic's on because there's another siren. Sometimes when you have a roar, it sounds like constant thunder. It never stops. That sometimes is the sign of either a hail roar, and in rare cases that can actually be the sign of that can actually be the sound of a tornado. You know, people talk about how a tornado sounds like a freight train. It actually sounds like nonstop thunder. It's just it's nonstop thunder. Am I saying that's what's happening right now? It's hard to tell, but there is rotation on the cell, and it is. I mean, look, there's a rotation. There's definitely a rotation on the storm cell, and it's heading into Mentmore. It's going through Cordova right now. It's going to be heading up the road towards Nipawa. So, yeah, there is rotation. I just posted rotation on the cell from the earlier post, but that's the 42. So we still got to wait a few minutes for the next frame. Yeah, but this is a rotating supercell, and it's heading in the direction of Nipawa at the moment. I still want to keep an eye on this cell to the east as well, because it looks really strong from U.S. data. Nothing going on in Canadian data, though. Oh, man. Nikki says, are you worried about the storm still coming from the U.S.? Yeah, the one in the morning. Brendan, is that coming in the morning? That one looked crazy the last time I saw the data.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is the last few her runs have like completely disappeared. Like there was that huge updraft track and it just disappeared on like 0102.
Okay. Well, that's good.
That's weird.
That's good to know.
But there is definitely still a risk. Basically all the way to tomorrow overnight. Like there's literally storms. They have to live stream for like 24 hours.
Just do a 24-hour binge live stream. There's no way that's happening. At some point in time, we are going to be sleeping. Sud says, I thought you'd be going to bed by now. What is fueling these storms? The environment that they're in. There's a ton of cape. There's a ton of shear. There's all the stuff you need. Moisture, shear, cape. All the ingredients are there. And that's definitely what's happening here. Non-stop lightning in Minnedosa and downpour. Yeah, Minnedosa is... Oh, it might have weakened just a little bit. But that doesn't mean it's over. If you're in Nipawa, I would still be getting ready to take shelter with this thing. It looks pretty strong. There could be some big-time hail in there. And hopefully that rotation weakens, though. It weakened just a little bit. Oh, that storm to the east, though, I was talking about. Now kicking it up big time. 138 kilometers an hour. Oh, and what's this coming out of nowhere? Hold on a second here. I don't like the look of that storm. Yeah, and then there's the one back to the west here. Doesn't look as intense on velocity. Yeah, this is still the storm. The storm that's going into Nipawa is still a concern. Yeah. Nipawa is definitely in the path of that one. Give me 1 second here. Mm-mm. 1 second here, folks. I just gotta type a few things in the background. 1 second. Sorry, I'm just typing an email. We banned somebody from our live stream, and he messaged us and said it was the person was reporting it that he wasn't actually a fake person. He wasn't a spammer. Turns out he's a firefighter, and pretty compelling argument to let him back on. So, yeah, I'm going to send him some instructions to get back on our live stream. So, it happens. 1 second here. 1 second. So much to do in the background here. Yeah, Nipawa is definitely going to be wanting to take shelter in the path of that storm. The what's the population there? 4,600 people in Nipawa. Yeah, it's there's gonna be some big time hail heading into that area right now. Oh, Ryan Cruz is out there right now. He's underneath that storm right now. He's underneath the Nipawa storm at the moment. Okay, so we've got Yorkton Storm Hunter is on the scene. He is underneath that. I don't know why he's right underneath it. It doesn't seem like a great spot. But he is right underneath that particular storm at the moment. So 1 second here. All right, folks. It's been a pretty interesting event here. It kind of looked like it was going to not happen in the early stages, but sure kicked it up a notch. It's been pretty intense. Mark says, rain wrapped at night is my nightmare. It's everybody's nightmare. Jenna says he needs a new car. LOL insurance claim. No, he's got actually hail. He's got hail like shields on the top of his car. So I think he's good to go. There he is, says Tammy. Yep. Let's see here. Christina said, didn't lose sound. He wasn't talking. No, sir, I was typing. I wasn't talking. My bad. Try to talk consistently. So I've been talking consistently for 3 hours, so give me a few seconds to have some water. Dan says, Adam, you should also market 3D Weatherverse to the astronomy and astrophotography groups as a clear sky finder in addition to the weather community. Absolutely, Dan. I mean, that's why we call it, we didn't call it like Tornado Tracker. We called it 3D Weatherverse because it's, we're going to have definitely some winter stuff in there. We're going to have volcanoes, forest fires. We're going to be simulating all types of weather in real time. Jenna says, love the new layout, by the way. Thank you so much, Brendan, the master, coming in with the new layout, rocking it. Thank you, Dan, for that, though. Appreciate it. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. I mean, we're going to simulate, auroras in there as well, too. We're going to go to town. Volcanoes, you name it. Still seeing some rotation of that storm. It's kind of broad, but look at the hook. I mean, this is what we call a hook. So you have a supercell. You got a big isolated storm, and at the very bottom, you've got this hooking appendage that comes down from the storm. And that is, the rotation is quite broad at the moment. Not seeing a really, really strong couplet, but there's definitely some rotation there. Excuse me. Big time hail near Langreth. Big time hail on that storm. That's under severe thunderstorm warning for Environment Canada. Thank goodness. I was going to post about that one, but I figured they had it. And it's about to go right over the water here, so we'll see what it does after there. That was the weirdest thing. Look at this. What the heck? This is so weird. So, in the long-range radar from Foxwarren, way over, west of Brandon, this storm up top is looking interesting. Here's what it looks like from the radar right beside it. This is what it looks like from the radar right beside it. And this is what it looks like from the radar over here. So you can tell, it's definitely more exciting up top with this one.
There's a time difference there. The one...
Oh, you're right. 54 and
48,
right,
yeah.
Right.
So it probably
touche. So it's probably going to blow up on that next frame then, I would think. I would think that makes sense. Oh, there's 54. Whoa, see? Ah, there we go. Still, though. Still. This is like a little... Just a little guy.
Storm that
and then if you look at this... Oh, it's just the top of that storm is just way bigger than the lowest level. Here, I'll prove it to you. Watch this. So here's the lowest level. And then let's go up and tilt. No, still small. Still small. Still small. Never mind. I can't prove it to you. Because it's too close to the radar to actually get a good look at it. Duffman says, when did last time MB have an EF5 tornado? So and Manitoba's never had an EF5, but they have had an F5 in Eli. And what year was it, folks? Can you correct me on it? Was it 2007? That's my guess. I'm putting my money on 2007s.
I just Googled it.
You Googled this 2007?
Mm-hmm.
My memory is not awful.
What is the exact date? Let's see if you can get it.
June 7th. June 7th, 2007. Oh, no, I didn't guess it. I saw it in the comments, so I cheated. So, but no, I said 2007.
June 22nd. So it's
June 22nd.
Now. 2 days
Thunderstorm on YouTube says back in 2007, June 7th. No, it's June 22nd. That's right. The only F5 in Canadian history. Well, the only verified, confirmed F5 in Canadian history. There could have been an F5 that went through a field that didn't hit anything. The F scale is a damage scale, right? So it actually has to hit something substantial to be rated high in the F scale. So it's possible that Canada's had, it's almost very likely that Canada's had storms of that magnitude that it just haven't hit anything. So definitely happens.
I could argue that probably maybe the Barrie tornado, 1985, might
close.
Come close.
No, it was really close. It was super high end F4, which would make it pretty close to the EF5 level. I'm pretty sure Dr. Stills went and took a look back at that though, and looked at the damage indicators, and he thinks it's still high end EF4. So it's still not. It still wouldn't be EF5. It's very close though. It's like extremely close. Let's see here. Hail happening in Nipawa, says Angela. Thank you very much. Let us know what you're experiencing, only if it's safe to do so. Yeah, it looks like the hail's coming into Nipawa at the moment. Oh yeah, Nipawa's in it now. Look at this. It may have weakened slightly though, so hopefully, it's not too big going into Nipawa.
This comment from Tammy's interesting. Pipestone level buildings and took down giant trees down. She's talking about an old.
She's talking about. Yeah, I think she's talking about a historical.
Okay.
She said Eli. She's talking about Eli. Eli level homes. Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. Is that hook lengthening? Says Brenda. It's possible. There is rotation. Like right here. Here's your hook. And here's your rotation. Halborough again. Nipawa, Halborough. So there is some rotation going into the Nipawa area. So, folks, I would definitely be staying safe with that storm heading to Nipawa right now. It looks pretty nasty. Overall, strong. Ninja Panda says, Eli was only rated F5 because it caught a video swiping like a 2-story house off its foundation. Yeah, for sure. And then also there was a car. There was a car that goes around the back of the tornado, and then you see it shooting on an angle, like, it just took a car and went through it, like really far. They calculated how far it went, and that was part of the damage indicators that classified it as EF5. These three storms right now are pretty nasty. This storm right now over the water, looking pretty nasty as well too, and yeah, it's definitely. One second here. Yeah, Sorry, just looking at... yeah, these 3 storms. These 3 storms are still pretty nasty. Strongest one is definitely the one going through Nipawa right now. Pouring rain in Nipawa, says Emma. Thank you very much. Duffman, I don't think Reed Timmer was on Eli. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he was not. He definitely did chase tornadoes in Manitoba, but I don't think he was on Eli. Tamara says hail in Balmoral. Thank you very much. Trent says Reed Timmer was at Eli. Are you sure? I've never seen footage from Reed on Eli. He wasn't. I think he did do a post tornado analysis on it though. Oh yeah, he for sure did. But I don't think he was on Eli. Reed would have had footage from Eli for sure, and there's no Reed Timmer footage from Eli. Reed has chased tornadoes in Manitoba, but he was not on Eli. I could DM him. He follows me on Twitter, so I should DM him. I'm pretty proud of that, actually. If it wasn't for Reed, I don't even know, like, it was, when this all started, like, so many years ago, back in, like, 2010, I was like, hold on a second. I'm going to Nipawa. I'm not liking the look of it. Alborough, Nipawa area. It's pretty darn strong. I've never seen Reed Eli footage. Yeah, there is no Reed Eli footage. She was not there. Yeah, Jenna says Reed didn't chase Eli at the end of her message here. Yeah, he did not. No, definitely missed that one, but that one was insane. So grateful there was no fatalities on that one. That had gone through, like, a big populated area, that would have been super devastating. That would have been horrifying. Back to what I was saying is, Michael says, are we still a warning in Nipawa tornado? So there is no tornado warning for Nipawa, but we did post about rotation. So if you have our free app, you would have got that. So there is still rotation in Nipawa. The rotation is not super duper strong, but it's stronger higher up in the storm. That storm is still a concern, and it's heading through the Nipawa area. So Jeff says, what would the 87 Edmonton tornado be? It was an EF4. Trent says, sorry, I was wrong. He was a day late. That's right. Steve says, why is Ontario so cold and no rain? Depends on where you are. But it's just the pattern we're in. We're going into a super El Nino, which is a strange pattern. Very rare. But could bring some interesting weather, as you can see. As you can see right now. Yeah, still rotation on this Nipawa storm. Still concerned about it. Connie says Gladstone. Steve says Barrie. I live in Barrie. It was like 27 degrees today. What are you talking about so cold? I mean, right now it's like 16. It was 27 degrees today. And Steve, what do you want? What do you want? You want like 35? It was 27 degrees in Barrie today. Uh-huh. Ah, Duffman was asking about my story. Okay, sorry. I was saying back in 2010, I was, I get like a tornado warning and be like, how come it's for like the entire county? I don't understand what's happening here. And then I turn on Discovery Channel and like Reed Timmer is like bullseyeing a tornado and getting inside of it in the Dominator tanks. And I'm like, okay, hold on a second. How is this guy this guy's forecasting and then bullseyeing a tornado, getting directly inside of it. Yet up here in Canada, we've got county-based warnings. Like, it blew my mind. And I'm like, that's it. I need to learn more. And that's kind of where it all started. So I could say that if it wasn't for Reed, I don't even know if I would have been doing this for the last 10 years. I might have just said, oh, who knows? Who knows if you do anything? But Reed proved to me that, no, there's a lot more information out there. So long story short, that's a big reason why I got into this. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. Excuse me for just one sec. I'll be right back with you. Brendan, if you're around, do you mind jumping on the audio there for a second? Pretty please. You might have stepped out for a second. I'll be right back with you, folks. Give me just a second. Oh, you're still there? Okay, perfect. Yeah. You might want to pull Cordova off it because I think it's east of Cordova now.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. But I would, I'd keep Meeple on there for sure. I'll be right back. Give me one second.
Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the current watches and warnings. So right now we have severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Minnedosa area, Neepawa, Plumas, Eden. So I will read off the exact municipality. So municipality of North Cyprus, Langford, including Neepawa and Carberry. The rural municipalities of Minto Odina, including Minnedosa and Moore Park. Rural municipality of Rosedale, including Eden and Kielwood. Municipality of Westlake and Gladstone, including Pumas and... Double check on that one. So we continue to watch multiple storms tracking through the Neepawa area that's producing for Adams. That's producing large hail. Earlier, Environment Canada was estimating around baseball-sized hail, but I believe they've adjusted that to be ping pong ball-sized hail, which is still very large. And then just gonna bring up radar here. Give me a moment. Okay, and here's a look at the current storms we're tracking. So this one is the main concern that's heading through the Neepawa region, just to the north of Halborough, heading towards Arden. Definitely the main concern would be large hail up to ping pong ball size size. And we also have some minor size of rotation. It's hard to say if it's anything at all, but definitely some concern there. And let's take a look at more of the storm. So this one heading over the lake, heading into, say, Oak Point, Clark Light, St. Laurent, are definitely gonna see some pretty big hail. Then further to the west, there's this one that's developing. I'm trying to figure out where. Yeah, so it's just north of Flores and Rapid City, which got hit by that massive hail earlier today, and I believe that's another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for that area. Double checking here. Yes. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning on that cell to the west. That includes the municipality of Oakview, including Oak River and Rapid City. So that was the area that was affected by the earlier storm, and now we're talking about another storm. And it could produce very strong wind gusts, nickel to ping pong ball size hail, and heavy rain. Comments we have. So to repeat, we currently have several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, including Oak River, Minnedosa, Eden, Nipawa, and the Plymouth one has been ended, I believe. Let me double check on that. I just saw it come across Twitter. Yes, so that one has been ended. So I will pull up the latest one. So here's your latest severe thunderstorm warnings. So the main concern is definitely the large hail, and I believe, yes, there was another one that was added. It's hard to keep track of all these severe thunderstorm warnings because they keep coming and going. Probably going to be like that all night. We're already at 12:15. And we're still talking about massive size hail. Here we go. That's the latest severe thunderstorm warnings. In effect, that stretch from Oak River through Minnedosa, Eden, Nipawa, Glenella are all included. And that's for... And that's for these cells that are lined up over here from, let me see where that is. I believe that's over the water right now. So there's a line of free cells moving through western Manitoba right now that are producing large hail. There's one west of Minnedosa and east of Minnedosa. So Minnedosa is like sandwiched between the two. Brenda's asking, is that hook looking more substantial now, broader and longer? Let's take a look. I assume you're talking about the one in Nipawa. Well, let me see if we have any more radar updates. Oh, I think this is a new one. Just double checking here. Yeah, the rotation looks pretty broad, but there's definitely an appendage, I would say. It's not necessarily a hook, but definitely we have a very large hail core. Just believe it just missed Nipawa. Yeah, like the largest hail would be on the northern side of the town compared to the southern side because it kind of clipped it, and now it's going to the northeast, and the large hail cores right now, just going through Arden. Let's take a look. So up next is White Mud Watershed Wildlife Management Area on Tenby, Glenella, Watersea, Grass River. Those are the areas that could see the large hail nets with this storm. And let's take a look at the one just to the west of Minnedosa. So Newdale, Basswood. Let's make sure I'm getting the right. Yeah. So, and then Erickson could also see the large hail and wind. We're also seeing some interesting development. It's like a line of storms. Like we're just seeing train after train after train of storms. It's wild. So we're seeing some development near the Saskatchewan border yet again. These storms earlier today started out in that area, and now they're just continuing to track. And we're even seeing development all into Saskatchewan. Like there's no severe threat in Saskatchewan right now, but right up to the border, tracking to the northeast. So Liz asks, which way is the storm moving? So generally, all the storms right now are moving to the northeast. So if we animate this, I'll just animate it here. You can kind of see, like, some of them do take more of an easterly path, but generally the line of storms that we're seeing develop are moving progressively to the north, even though the actual cells are moving to the east. So the severe threat's definitely pushing more to the north as these storms track to the east. We're also seeing that one Adam mentioned earlier, just north of Winnipeg, it's not really producing anything right now. It's certainly not severe, but it's definitely some interesting because that area does have some environment, although not as strong as to the west. Whoa. Definitely some very large hail over the lake right now. Yeah, over Lake Manitoba, heading into Oak Point, St. Laurent, and Clarkley. Definitely some very large hail. I don't even know if that area... No, it's not under severe thunderstorm warning right now. Brendan says, new meteorological term appendage. I actually think Adam came up with that one. I'm not sure if he's listening right now, but he has definitely said appendage several times. And Nikki says, will they be coming early AM, like say 4 a.m.? So the model data did indicate these storms will continue overnight, and some even showed some very severe storms coming through early this morning at like 5 or 6 a.m. So it's hard to say. Like, we were skeptical of this whole thing because of the timing. Like, models were constantly indicating that we could see the environment for severe storms all overnight, but generally storms have a hard time developing later at night because there's a lack of daytime heating. But doesn't seem to be the case here. We're seeing storms develop with no issue, and we've seen multiple areas of rotation, so it would likely continue. And as we see, there's even more development to the west through Verdon, Hargrave. So we'll have to watch how those storms develop once they move into the environment that those other storms were in. Janet asks, is there another big storm coming from the west heading towards Erickson? I believe so. I did mention Erickson, yeah. So that storm just to the west of Mendoza, I believe it's heading towards Erickson. So yeah. Although it doesn't look like the hail core is massive. So it's not like we're talking about like the baseball size hail we were talking about earlier. I would estimate hail size would be more around like quarter to like maybe loony size. And then, of course, there's definitely some wind gusts. And this is interesting. It's not that focused, but we do definitely need to watch areas where there's definitely... Yeah, it's definitely popped up within the last run or so. It's definitely something
It's interesting.
to watch. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, sorry it took so long. A little family emergency there. My son's sick and needed my help there, and it was a little bit of a process. So my apologies for that. What did I miss? Looks like the three amigos here are still going.
And then there's more to the west near Verdun. I was noticing that.
Do you want to throw my? Can you throw my radar up there?
Sec. I'm gonna bring it up. I just have to. Oh, actually, I think I can just add you without. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I know which storm you're talking about there. The that New Dale storm, the one west of Mendoza. Looks like something's going on there. Yeah. What the? Hold on a second here. I see. 1 second. Well, it's very blurry. Ooh, my thing? Mark says, love the real-time analysis. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it was blurry for like a minute or so because I was switching between feeds. I think it should be clear now. It's a weird StreamYard glitch.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's like, it does this buffering or something like that. I think it's a buffering issue. All right, well, these three storms are continuing to move with lots of hail. I think overall the rotation is weakening. I'm going to go double check mesoanalysis here and just see if I can get a read on what's going on here. Supercell is still an 8, which is pretty high. But let's see what the VTP is. See, VTP is showing a lot of inhibition, a lot of sin. And
yeah,
VTP
I noticed that.
It's just at a 1. And Supercell is just at a 1, and Supercell is going to get... Or, sorry, not Supercell, but Sigtor is at a 0.5, and it's only going to get weaker, and the inhibition is really strong. So what that means is probably as we go into these overnight hours, the overall risk of a tornado is definitely going to be weaker. Oh, Brennan, are these your new forecast maps? We should touch on that really quick before.
I just put them in the chat for you.
I see that. Do you have them already on your computer to load them up? You can just make them full screen if you want.
Load them up here.
I mean, you know what? I might as well add them because I'm going to need them for tomorrow anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'll add them right now. It looks pretty intense though. You went significant, eh? Oh wow.
Yeah, I went significant mainly because of hail risk, because as we've seen tonight, and it's likely going to continue the same tomorrow night. We're likely going to see like baseball size hail. Like, we probably should have went significant in some areas today because that baseball size hail.
Yeah, it was pretty significant for sure.
Right on the line.
Yeah. Okay, I've got them here, so give me 1 sec. I will, let me just go into studio mode here, and I will load those up so we can see the forecast for tomorrow. Give me just a moment. Okay, I can actually do them really easy. I can get them good. 1 sec. Okay, good. All right. So here's the forecast for tomorrow. Brendan, if you want to make me full screen here.
Yeah, already on it.
Yeah, so as you can see, pretty intense. If you're watching this, if you're still with us, by the way, thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this on your phone, turn your phone sideways so you can see the city names bigger. And pretty intense risk for tomorrow. Thankfully, it shifted a little bit to the west. So Winnipeg is only in the slight yellow area, which is still slight, can still be some pretty severe situations. But the strongest risk for sure, Killarney, Treeherne, Portage, Eriksdale, Gimli, Arborg, and Peguis? Anyways, Peguis. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I did. It was awful. But yeah, those areas are in the significant severe risk, mainly for hail, damaging winds, but there could also be, we could also see several tornadoes tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty intense. 115 kilometer an hour or greater wind gusts are possible, up to 6 centimeter hail, which is intense, and 75 to 100 millimeters of flooding is possible. So significant severe weather risk for tomorrow. That's the strongest of the season so far for Manitoba, and it could be pretty interesting, folks. So hopefully
I think that's the strongest for all of Canada. I think that's our first significant risk.
That's the first SIG for the year. That's right. Yeah. We forecast for all of Canada, and that's our first SIG for the year. So pretty intense risk for tomorrow. And I'm just going to jump to the tornado risk here. So basically, Eriksdale, Portage, Neepawa, Treeherne, and Killarney, and Boissevain, those areas, and Carmen, are in what we consider to be the strongest risk for tornado activity tomorrow. And then outside of that, in the orange area, so Gimli, Stonewall, Winkler, Brandon, Surrey, and Minnedosa, and Ashburn. Those areas are in our maybe 1 or 2 tornado area, and then possibly you could have a random isolated tornado as far west as Dauphin and Verdun, and as far east as Winnipeg and Selkirk as well. So we'll see. This is going to be an interesting day tomorrow. We're going to see how this pans out, but it looks like a pretty intense, severe thunderstorm risk for tomorrow as well. So 2 days of it for Manitoba, and it's going to be pretty interesting for sure. We're going to continue to watch these storms. It looks like they've turned into basically hail producers at this point in time. The velocity data at the surface is not really looking, like those what we were looking at earlier with the extreme rotation and all that kind of stuff. It looks like we're talking about mainly hail producers. Maybe some damaging winds are still possible. Of course, there's still severe. We're still dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings from Environment Canada. This is interesting right here. I just saw this area. Keep an eye on this cell, which is west of Minnedosa. And was that the same cell we were watching earlier? Oh, that was that same cell. Yeah. As it's moving to the east, it starting to get a little bit of interesting velocity, but it's a bit disconnected from the main part of the storm here. But so, folks, I think we're going to probably wrap up the stream so we can save our energy for the significant risk tomorrow. We do plan to go live tomorrow as well, and we never promise it, so probably going live. We can't promise it because obviously life can come up and different things can happen, but we're going to try our best to go live tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a pretty darn noisy night for many in the community. Mark says, you said sorry, you must be Canadian. Can you tell? Let's see here. BJ says, Minnedosa is lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm pretty sure it is for sure. Yeah, it's pretty intense. But yeah, it's going to be pretty wild tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see. And if you're trying to figure out
the new severe thunderstorm warning on the other side of Lake Manitoba, that includes Lunder and St. Laurent. It mentions golf ball to tennis ball size hail. That's the storm that's over the lake right now, heading towards.
Yeah, the one heading towards Oak Point right now. You can see it right here. So that isolated cell heading towards Oak Point is a concern. Big time hail. Basically, we're talking a big time hail risk for a lot of these storms. Maybe a little bit of rotation on this one here, the Minnedosa cell. But actually, let's flip over here and see. There's a little something going on here, but it's kind of disconnected from the storm. And the storm's not really hooking right now, so this could be actually potentially outflow. It's hard to say for sure. But nevertheless, even though we're going to be shutting down the stream, we're still going to be watching these storms. I take my iPad wherever I go, and I've always got radar on it and always checking for reports as well, too. So, yeah, we're going to be watching definitely for sure. So, Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Grant says, it's pouring in Plumas. Thank you guys for the live stream. You're very welcome. Again, thank you to all those who have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro at instantweatherpro.com. That's what you're looking at behind me. Huge thank you to those who have subscribed. I'm going to keep an eye on this cell for sure, the cell north of Rapid City. And keep an eye on it for a little bit. But thank you so much to those, again, who have subscribed to Instant Weather Pro, those who have sent in stars and super chats, and those on TikTok who have sent in gifts as well, too. We sincerely appreciate all your support. Really makes a big difference. We'll try our best to live stream as much as we can. We've live streamed many tornadoes this year across Canada, and we're going to keep doing our best to stream and watch these areas the best that we possibly can. So, oh, good. Now, the latest update that got a little bit messier, so that's good. It's going to be pretty intense though in Minnedosa when that comes in. So Minnedosa in the path again of this storm here. And it's been quite a night for sure. We hope everybody stays safe. We'll definitely, if you do not have it yet, please go download our free app. If you're wondering like what time the storms are going to show up tomorrow for your area and all that kind of stuff, download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. I'll put it in the comments one last time. Let's see here. Download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. And Michael says tomorrow is going to be a tornado in Nipawa. There's absolutely zero chance that we can predict that high of accuracy. We could say there's a risk in your general area, but we cannot say for sure. Think about how small the path of a tornado is. We cannot say for sure that this thing is going to track through your town. We need a crystal ball to know that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, there's no way we can let you know that. But anyways, long story short. Oh, Manitoba Stormwatch, the comment didn't go through, so maybe something happened to the stream. But anyways, long story short, thank you for joining us on this live stream and hanging out this long. It's been quite a time. We've been live for 3.5 hours and 10 seconds, and it's been quite a time. So anyways, long story short, if you're trying to figure out if you're going to see storms tomorrow, if you're trying to figure out if you're going to see storms later tonight, definitely check our app, instantweatherapp.com. Check the hourly product, check the minute product, and see what might be showing up to your area and at what time. So it's very useful for that. Anyways, long story short, thank you so much to Patricia's going to sleep. Thanks, Patricia. Good night, Patricia. Everybody say good night to Patricia on our team. She's amazing, and she helps so much with the groups and all that kind of stuff. So we really sincerely appreciate all of her efforts, and everybody in the team, Teresa and Brennan, and I'll go through all the names, Lana, and there's so many names. I'm gonna miss everyone.
Have like a
I always do.
Thing.
Yeah, pre-recorded.
Goes all over. Or we need to like run credits at the end.
Oh, run credits. That would be cool. Okay, I'm gonna tell you all of our chat members here. You ready? So we got this is the wrong chat. No, this is not the chat we need. Okay. 1 second here. I'll go through the 30 chat members. Okay, ready? So Adam, Alana, Andrew, Brennan, Bree, Cody, Cole, Corinne, Dave, Dee, Devin, Dominic, Harry, Jake, Jason, John, Kyle, Leslie, Liam, Lindsay, Matt, Mike, Miranda, Patricia, Ryan, and Teresa. I wish to do like a good night, Teresa. Good night. I say good night to all of them in a row. Anyways, thank you so much. A huge thank you to the team. Thank you to everybody in the community. We sincerely appreciate all your support and sharing our updates and telling folks about our app and our services and all that kind of stuff. It really makes a big difference. So thank you so much. Word of mouth is everything, right? So anyways, thank you so much, folks. Have a good night. Thank you, Brennan, for hanging out so long. Appreciate it, bud.
Good
night, everyone. We'll talk to you very soon. We'll see you soon, and have a safe night. Bye-bye.